MURNIs. Drink it cold.
And every tribe that is tuned in. Welcome to another special, dazzling, marvelous, elegant, beautiful show of Celebrity Couch Edition. And ladies and gentlemen, the making of art in visuals continues today with Mama Vho Netshandama. How are you?
I'm blessed, and you?
I think I'm okay.
Yes, man, I'm forever blessed.
I was thinking that maybe you're going to ask me, why do I think I'm okay? I was going to tell you my problems.
No, when somebody says it's okay, it's different from saying I'm fine.
No, but I'm not okay.
It's also different from I'm blessed. Why are you okay? Just okay?
I need 500,000.
To do what?
To start my business.
No, that's too much. You must start small.
But already I've started. I just need 500,000. At least I will be fine.
To put up a studio?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's hope the likes
and
will put you up. The subscribers.
But otherwise, how have you been since our last interviews? Because you're one of the first 5 people that we interviewed when this podcast started.
You know, when people make comments, when people talk and you enjoy their comments and you understand the podcast is reaching people.
Definitely.
Yes. Definitely. And I enjoyed it and I'm still enjoying it. I'm still watching it. I think the day you phoned me, I got into the Netflix there in order to check that I must not repeat what I said last time.
You're watching your own interview?
Yes, the one that I did with you.
At the balcony?
Yes, then I decided to sit down and check again that I must not be rhetoric.
And beside your interview, which other interviews or episodes did you watch?
Yours with your dad. Especially when he was just giving you his CV, you know.
Yeah.
And I believe you did not pay him.
Of course.
It was just for free. It was just
And funny enough, I didn't know some of the stuff that you were saying. Like, before we did that interview, I didn't know some of the stuff.
At least he has given you another window into his life. I enjoyed it very much.
And beside that one also?
The other ones I cannot mention by name, but I'm your fan.
Certified fan. Certified family member.
Because if sometime I'll be called to come here, I should also know what other guests have spoken about. Definitely. And yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
But what do you think of the improvement that we've did?
This is great. This is stunning. You know. We're not outside, we are inside, but the light is better than outside.
We're not at the balcony anymore.
No, we are not outside. The balcony was for the past time. Now we are indoors, and the light is better than outside.
Big shout out to Vho for allowing us to shoot from his house. It's very beautiful.
No, it's your granny. He has no dice.
Definitely, ma'am.
Yes.
But anyways, how's your day going? How was church?
Church was fine. Church was fine. The preacher was preaching about, in our church, there are things called talents, working with our own hands, which is a motivation to all the people of all ages, that besides being employed, one has to have a way of making income to improve life. He was preaching unto us, you know. He was motivating so much. It was good.
So you said working with the hands, it's part of talent, or it's talent?
It's called talents. You use your talent, whether it's baking, whether it's sewing, whether it's cooking, whether it's building, that which you are not employed of and you are very good about it. You use it as your talent. So we call it, like this year, the whole of 2023, it's called Home Talents. All the money that we are going to work this year, it's going to be for the benefit of our homes. Then next year, if it's called the Church Talents, then they will tell us our church has got a university, has got hospitals, schools.
In Venda?
In Zimbabwe. So they may tell us that we are working this year for the church, but there is a center like in Pretoria. There is a center to be erected, a 10,000 seater. So from the Cape to Messina, all of us together, we work for that project. Then the other year, it becomes our home talents. So at the end of the year, when we give reports, I should report that through this home talent, I managed maybe to buy a sewing machine. I managed to buy this. Reports must be given.
So you said talent is handwork. What
Yes.
about us who speak? What about broadcasting?
You are using your talent.
Okay.
This is talent. Nobody employed you.
Okay.
You're using your
And if I'm working on radio?
even if you were singing,
Yeah.
that's your talent. Even if you are dancing, if it yields income for you,
Yeah.
that's talent. If radio did not employ you and it's your station, that's your talent. So from the radio, we cannot say you are going to get talent. You'll get a wage or a salary or a stipend or whatever. So when we talk about talents, it's a system of bringing people out of poverty. Because the salary cannot take you out of poverty. It's so marginalized that it's enough for ferrying you to and from work, for food, for clothes. But if you want to go beyond that, you have to extend your territory of income, and that will be through you can do it through agriculture, you can do it. There are so many things that you can do. You can build houses and rent them. It's your talent. You thought of it, you are thinking, and it's happening. So it's your talent. It's so wide. You can buy and sell. That's talent. You don't have to make that suit. You just order it, whether it comes through, take a lot or whatever. You sell.
Can you say, what did I want to ask? Oh, I wanted to say, can you say you are born with talent or you can learn talent?
Talent is not learned.
You
It's
are born with
naturally endowed in you. That's why our talents especially as Africans, our talents does not go with our qualifications. Because if my talent was singing, there has been no school for music in my area. If my talent is on dance, there is no dance school for the African child in Venda, Toyando, where. So talent is the natural ability which can be shaped academically, but it should be natural. That's why they will ask you, what's your desire? When you say my desire, it's baking. It's in baking. Then they take you to the baking school. But because in rural areas, we are so limited. No baking school, no dance school, nothing. School is just academic. It's A-E-I-O-U 1, 2, 3. And when you are not good in that, people can relegate you and say, when you are good for nothing. Can't you, when you can sing. And you can make money through singing. You can record, you can do a lot of things. So when we talk about talent, we are talking about that natural ability, which does not need a diploma nor a degree. It just needs constant practice. You don't need a degree to plant vegetables, but those vegetables can be your talent that you even supply big chain stores with what you are producing. So that's your talent.
Or go to school, you just use it to sharpen whatever talent you have.
Yes, school also, we use it to open up. It is through school that now we know there is economics, there is accounting. Now when we go further, faculties, there is law, there is whatever, fine arts, there is BCom, there is BSc. Somebody who did not go to school does not know that. And that does not give you money. Even when you finish that degree, it doesn't give you money. It's just showing you that if you want to do law, this is what you can do. If you want to do commerce, this is what you'll do. Then you will have to work. It's just unfortunate that the education that has been designed for a black child, with or without a degree, it's very difficult to make it. Because when they employ you, they will not ask you anything of what you have learned from grade 1 to grade 12. So those 12 years, if they do not correctly link with what you are going to do at tertiary. Even when you are employed and you have got this bachelor in administration, they may give you a work of just taking files here to that office, signed, stamped, and you come here. All of your knowledge may not be asked. So that's why we will not say your degree is your talent. No, your degree is your qualification. And if it is well aligned with your talent, let's say when you love flowers, and then you go to the university, you do horticulture. Now your interest, your desire, and your talent has been put in place with that degree. You enjoy life. There are people who are not enjoying what they are doing.
Yeah, of course.
Even in medicine, there are doctors who are not enjoying that thing. Because this man wanted to be a mechanic. But because he got a distinction in maths and science, we pushed him against his desire. As if a person with a distinction cannot be a mechanic. A mechanic must be the highest qualified, because he's going to tamper with the cars that we drive. Whatever we have passed, a builder for that matter. We think a person who is going to do building as a qualification does not need to go far with education. But we are going to stay in the buildings that were constructed by those people.
Buildings that will last forever.
Buildings that we would wish they do not fall on us.
Yeah,
so we, at times we were not well arranged that a preschool teacher must be a professor in psychology. They should be a professor there. They should be a psychologist who will help these kids to understand, even as they grow, how do they choose. You know, there is no more psychology in our schools. When we were at school, grade 7, standard 7, which is form 2, there was a psychology to be written there. Form 3, psychology to be written there.
Test.
Even at primary, yes.
Okay.
The inspectors used to come to school, then they give us the test we write. It's only that the results of those tests, when they come back, when I will be a police, when I will be a nurse, when I will be... Nobody has ever been told about being an actuarial scientist. Nobody has ever been spotted maybe to be a chartered accountant. So I think something was not right with those tests, but at least they were there. We knew of some careers before we embarked on them. Like myself, if I had known more about education, teaching, I would not have taken it. Because that's the department which is being hated even by the government.
Although it helps a lot of people.
It made people who are making decisions of education went through, they were catered, they were nurtured by that department. But believe you me, the government will not give any school one vehicle. Other departments, be it the Department of Health, be it SAPS, be it South African Defence Force, the one which is waiting for the war that we do not know when is it coming, they have got every kind of a vehicle. Look at SAPS, they are driving Mercedes-Benz, they are driving Jeep, they are driving
GD6.
Audi, they have got the GD6s, they have got Audi, they have got Fortuner there. But a school that is giving us excellent, best results, it's struggling. The principal ran the school from his own pocket. There are no houses for principals and teachers in any school. But the doctors and the nurses have got the doctors' quarters and the nurses' homes. The police have got the barracks together with the soldiers. They even get uniform. Teachers don't get uniform. So when you look at this imperatives, then you understand, no man, something is not right here. Something
needs to be done.
Something needs to be done. Then you look at the teachers when they go on strike. They are still talking about notch and the increase of the salary. Even if the salary if every teacher can get 100,000 at the end of the month, this gap cannot just be easily closed. Because when you are training as even the time of qualification, I get angry. Very, you need metric and driver's license, then you can be a soldier, you can be a police. But being a teacher, I must go to the university or through the tertiary. Then I spend my 3-4 years there.
Do practicals?
No, not necessarily practicals. Practicals are within the training years.
Yes.
When you have gone for 4 years, they will still interview you if you are fit. Imagine, this person has passed the metric.
Yeah.
This person only has a driver's license. When he is training, he is getting a stipend. He's called a police. He's getting uniform from to and from. He's sleeping within the barracks. He's eating from the menace, which is a government kitchen.
Yeah.
This person from one point to the other is burning government petrol. So these imperatives, I don't get them. Or what's wrong with us, especially with the Department of Education? No principal's house in the school, teachers from afar. You know, a teacher will catch a bus at 5 in the morning to where the school is. And when this teacher arrives at school, he's already tired. Roads are not on his side, potholes and what. When he arrives at school, he's slumbering before short break. And this person is also thinking about the journey back home. Somebody who is traveling 70 kilometers to a place of work, 70 kilometers back. This person, every day. For this person to think development, it's very difficult. You know what teachers do? When they have got cars, they will tell each other, let's leave our cars. You know, they will drive from their homes. That one is the one which, if on the podcast people can make comment, let them comment on this one. Or how can you drive your car and just leave it in the open in town? Nobody is taking care of your car. Whenever you have gone, wherever you have gone, the car is in the rain, the car is in the sun, it's not doing anything there. And you are paying the installment of that car. Why don't you get your cousin who can drop you where the bus takes you, and he takes the car home, or he goes from one school to the other selling bags or jackets or other things, so that car can yield its own income. How can I buy a car and leave it? Imagine putting my Fortuna in the sun every day. When there is hail, it's hit by the hail, and then the insurance will say, what?
Apparently, what is petrol?
No, it's not petrol.
What are they saving for petrol?
But they're exposing their gadgets to what?
Yeah, you're right.
If a mad person can come there with a carton of petrol, he can gutter them down. If the university has put a disclaimer there to all the lecturers that bringing your own vehicle here, it's at your own risk. A teacher does not need a car from one class to the other, no, from the class to the staff room. If a teacher wants to develop his life, he must get a driver who drops me at the school and goes and work with that car. When the school is out, he will bring my car. Then I will drop him at his business. Yes, if my cousin has got a barber shop or a salon, he can open the salon at 4:30 because the people who afford the salon are at work until 4:30. But I cannot open the salon from morning till sunset. The people who are not working do not afford salon. And they that are working cannot come to the salon. Look at the Indians. They open their saloons at 6 in the evening. They will go and work. They will go to the mosque and pray. After prayer, then they go to the saloon. Why? They've got cars. You can go to the saloon at 8.
Yeah, definitely. Because you'll be worried about crime and everything.
You will have to bolt. And some of the salonists will say, we cannot open in the night. We are afraid. No, you can put up a number there. Only people who can transfer or swipe are the ones that you can work with in your salon. And then you proceed. So these imperatives, I don't get them. Think they have contributed for my early retirement. I retired. I told myself, this journey, by then I was a lecturer at Makado College.
Yeah.
We will have to travel from here to Makado every day.
Yeah.
From Makado back home every day. No uniform, no government transport, nothing. Iowa.
No subsidy cars.
No subsidy cars, nothing. In fact, college is better. The principal who is having a metric class in his school, my goodness, come exam time, but the first paper is written in the morning. He must drive to the second office, get the question papers. After writing, he must take back the exam papers, go again for the second paper, again delivering them back. You know, the tires of the car, they'll be just as smooth as ice cream. So, but that contributes to the state in which the teachers are. Given that as it is, I'm not saying police are doing better or soldiers are doing better, but I'm just saying these imperatives are too much. They are too much. Some schools don't even have proper buildings. So it's a risk to the learners and to the teachers and all the support staff group. But then you go to a white school, there is a policeman who reports there every day. It's a worker in that school. That's why white people, when they see police, they don't run away. Tina, even if I know I am not guilty of anything.
I think it's how we were brought up, because remember when we were young, we would be told to
police.
So it's how we were brought up.
Hey, and that upbringing, it's not right. Because when the bees come into your house, maybe you open the window and the swarm of bees is passing next to your house. Once they get into the house, you don't call the people from nature conservation. Let's call the police. If a snake is in the house, let's call the police. If it rains and water breaks into the house, let's call the police. At times we end up not knowing what do they do.
Definitely.
Besides carrying guns and those sticks and driving big cars, what do they really do? Are we doing justice to this department? If we go out here and we see a monkey here, let's call the police. If a tree can fall and cross the road, let's call the police. Why don't we call
relevant people for that thing?
During our irrelevance, it's so serious that if we are boycotting and we don't want to go to work, we are on strike because there is no water and no water reticulation. We don't go to the water department. No, we go to the Sandral. We start burning Sandral's property, the roads, the what. So this irrelevance, unless it's settled, we will always be irrelevant.
So what you're saying is making me thinking about the strike that is currently happening in Chibodan.
Yes, those people, those because they are angry somebody's missing. They must go to a relevant department.
Exactly.
A department where there are forensics who can come out and study the situation, then helps to find. Those ones even have got dogs. They can even give the clothes of the person to the dogs when they smell those clothes. But before that department, which can assist us know that there is a problem, already we are demolishing and destroying properties of the other department.
Blocking the roads.
When the students at the university are not getting their stipends from NSFAS, before it's known that the stipends are not reaching them, the library will be gutted down. So this irrelevance, I think we have to look at it not from the adults' point of view, from the kids that we are bringing up. How do we curb the tide of irrelevance? How do we close the gaps of irrelevance? Because as long as it's not closed, once the gate is not closed, trespassers will continue to multiply. So to me, there are things that I don't understand. That when we are angry, because there is no road there is no tarred road, no gravel road in our area, therefore we must go out and chop trees. I struggle to strike the balance to understand the reasoning capacity of those who are becoming irrelevant. People are angry. They are saying there is no water in Makwarera. That we understand. But Makwarera people get into their own houses, get their old wardrobes and refrigerators, put them across the road. Somebody who does not stay in Makwarera, whose car might not be having bright, is just finding himself on top of the rocks and the fridge and the wardrobe. And people in a village, just because their village is next to a main road of some kind, be it Punda Maria or N1 or R526, when they're angry with their chief, because the chief is not writing them confirmation letters that they are staying in his place unless they pay 50 rand. They're angry for the stamp. They don't go and surround the chief's scroll. They go to the road. They start stoning. They are stoning cars which they know do not belong to their village. They have never seen that car in their village. But then they give themselves time to stone that car. I can spend days trying to understand, trying to find the link. These people.
Why?
Sometimes they close the road. The ambulance is to take a pregnant woman from the village, but it cannot go through. So that woman will die giving birth in the village because there is a strike. Which these are the things, these are my brain crackers. Real brain crackers. There are things that will crack my brain.
Before they crack your brain, the reason why I called you today is because, of course, we're still in the month of women, August. It's Women's Month, and also traditionally, it's a month that is known for not doing many things because it's taboo, apparently.
Not doing what?
Sort of certain type of things. For example, moving from one place to another. Like moving, but it's tough. Relocating. If I got a promotion,
therefore I cannot relocate to a place where I have been employed.
Apparently. But because it's August, you can't.
So I must give the employer a reason that it's August, I can't come.
I don't know. But I believe you're going to tell us your view on that.
Mina, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
So a Christian does not go sometimes with taboos.
Yeah.
Like I'm a Christian, I don't believe that there is another month which is very dangerous than the other one. The roof can just fly because it's August. Yes, August it's windy.
Yeah.
If somebody's roof once took off in August, there are so many things to check. The sincerity of the roof makers, the quality of the materials used. There are a lot of things. So I cannot say it's because it's August, that's why an accident has taken place, because it's August. Because all the things that are happening in August, they happen in January. People die in February, people die in March. So what's so important about dying in August? What should we be fearing of? If I'm a Christian, maybe those who do not believe in the same faith that I am, they will cherish those taboos and whatever. But if that person gets $1 million on a jackpot, can he say, I cannot come and collect it? It's August, see me in September. And I mean, if they say you have won a house, Mranga, on that what shop that you have bought what we have spinned the receipts. Now you have bought you got a double story in Senten. Can we see you on the 28th? And when you say no, please, let's wait. I'll come in September.
Of course not.
You will not do that.
Of course not.
So when people attaches those bad happenings, events like that, and they say, hey, it's August, it's what. One, it could be lack of knowledge. Two, it could be the faith in which they are. Coined faith, the faith that has been coined in a way that makes people not to enjoy life but to be afraid. So Mina is a Christian. I'm not afraid of any month or doing anything in any month. I have no limits because of what has happened in August in my house some 10 years back. Now I'm still afraid.
What does the Bible says about August? Like,
no, the Bible has nothing to say about August. It says about every day that every day is the day that the Lord has made, and I must rejoice in it. And in the book of Ecclesiastes, it says a person must rejoice and enjoy every day of his life. And it says, young people, enjoy your life, do whatever your heart tells you to do, knowing that the Lord will judge all your doings. So it does not say in this month don't go out. Sometimes it's because of lack of resources. You know, white people will not stop going out because it's raining. They've got the ability to make umbrellas, raincoats, Wellington boots. They've got cars. So when I say I did not come because of the rain, it's not because of the rain. It's my lack of resources that can make me able to survive. Sometimes people will tell you we could not come. You ask them, no, it was too hot. But if you are in your car and you switch on your aircon, what makes you not to arrive? So poverty at times makes us to believe kuti nature can stop us.
Do you believe that poverty can make your thinking capacity to be low?
You thinking it's what thinking it's motivated by affluence. Affluence it's heavy. So when I am poor, it means I am not having enough resources that should back up my thinking. The Bible says there is another town which had a crisis. And the man who had a solution of that crisis was poor. So people did not take his advice just because he was poor. So poverty may influence. You know, you can have this brilliant idea in a family meeting. When you say it, everybody keeps quiet. But the advocate repeat the same statements. And when you said the same thing, but because so
said it.
So it will take your pride not to stand up and say that's what I said. He repeated what I said. If you are in the family, so two did not go to school, one becomes a lawyer, one becomes a doctor, one becomes a chartered accountant. These two, even if they are elderly people, they are older than you. Sometimes when you are traveling together, they might not be given a chair. People can give these younger ones
because of the profession,
because of the quality of life that they are leading. So poverty, the Bible says the poor are hated even by their own relatives. So if poverty makes me not, and it says a poor man does not have friends. But a rich man will always have many friends. So you choose, because poverty to me it's a choice. It's not God designed. You can be poor when maybe you are still dependent on poor parents. But you must tell it that when I turn 18, the moment I get my ID, I'm no longer a child. I am no longer dependent. I can get rid of poverty. There is invisible poverty where we try to cover it by clothes and cars and what, but we know we do not have that influence. So poverty is a curse in a sense. I'm not saying the poor are cursed, but I'm saying poverty, it's a curse. Because people, you know, if I'm that very poor, my brother may not take my kids in the wedding line of his children because he knows I cannot afford those shoes and the what. They may not even invite me to their meetings because they know they invite me, they must sort my coming and my going. So poverty poor people are not enjoying life. And they are not seeing God the way they should be seeing God. Isn't that he's saying he's the provider? But he has hidden the wealth of the world, that he who gets wisdom will have to find it and enjoy life. At times we are poor because we are lazy to develop our ideas. As South African black people, sometimes we are poor because those who colonized us, they claimed and closed us down. They wanted us to see life through what they wanted us to see. So when the colonizers arrived in our territory, they found people rich. They found people with their own cattle, their own goats, they were eating whatever they wanted, they were plowing, they were producing. But then they tried to make people understand that that was backwardness. But the richest person today, being white or black, it's a farmer. So if we were naturally farmers and we have been purged out of farming in order to go and work the road, in order to work in the mine, in order to work in somebody's farm, it's backwardness when I'm farming for myself. But when I'm working for somebody, he tells the world I've created employment. For whom? So African peasantry, the way people were made peasants within their own territory, which is the after effects of being colonized. So our poverty, it's not natural, it's man-made. They say if you do not pass this, we will not employ you. And only the employed who will get money are the ones who are rich, which is not true. Somebody who did not go to school can have 1,000 cattle, can open up an abattoir, can sell the beasts to those who have got butcheries and whatever. Somebody who did not go to school can produce the roses which are making perfumes, the roses which are needed. You know, when you look at our funerals, even somebody who does not have one rose flower in the house would like to have flowers for him when he's dead. So it's a business. That's the thinking which we must implant in our generations that are coming. That we don't have to be straight-jacketed. We don't have to be straight-jacketed by those who colonized us, because the colonizers have released us. You know those white chickens, the meat chickens, not the egg ones, the meat chickens. If you buy it from Sibasa and you tie its legs, you walk with it from Sibasa to here. Even if you untie it, it will not run away. Until you slaughter it, it knows it's going to be killed here, but it will not run away. Just the distance of tying its feet, it will not run away. So Tina, we have been untied. South Africa has been untied very late, 1994. It's almost 30 years now down the line. We are still seated where we were untied. hapa ira vofololwa ri hone ri tshi ro dzula hanefhaḽa ri kha ḓilila a ri khou ita tshithu ngazwo. We're not even changing the syllabus. The content is still with frogs and snails and locusts and what. You ask me who passed that. How now are locusts helping you to put bread on the table? How do you convert that knowledge of frogs and pigeons? How do you change it? And when you go to the university, unless you are going there for life sciences, it's not there in any of the ologies, the sociology and the what. It's not there. You pass that one. So we have got a long way to go.
But because it's very hard for the government to change this, why don't we start our own? Why don't you start an university?
It must not be the government that changes. It must be us. Isn't that we are in democracy? Democracy, demo means people. Krasi means ruling. So this is a government of the people, which has been put in place by the people, for the people themselves. So when the people when we got this independence, you know what? We did not change the system. Where we'll say the president of the ruling party will be the president of the country when we get the power. It's a system of apartheid. The deputy president will be the president should the president retire or the president die or whatever happens to the president. The deputy president of the party. Those are the things of the national party, which has been developed. You know, we were colonized by Britain. When the British stopped running us to and from, they handed us to a group, to a nation, a nationality in South Africa of the African-speaking people. Those are South Africans who were born here from different white groups of Germans and who then Africans emerged. So when the British people gave us that mandate to rule ourselves, they did not say, hey, South Africa, together as a rainbow nation, see to it that you decide a government there. No, they handed us, because these white people, these African-speaking people, they fought with the Britons. They fought, and it's called the Anglo-Boer War. It's even studied at school, which is a war between the Boer, it's a farmer, an African-speaking farmer. Anglo were the people from England, the English people. So after that war, when the agreements were made, it is the Boer, the African-speaking people, who then became the government, excluding all these other groups. So their government became harder than that one of the colonizer. You see, that's where the Iceland Commission come in. Parno, Bavenda put them in Venda, Batsonga put them where, Bapedi put them there, make them have their own government there. Hey, give them their own schools. What? In those things which they designed for us, you will then realize that there was no parity. Their quality of education and our quality of education leaves much to be desired. Because in a white primary school, there is a language label. They study language from a language label. Till now, we will even reach university without knowing what is a language laboratory. We are doing science, but we have never seen a test tube. We have never been in a laboratory. We arrive at the university with a distinction in physical science and what, but we have never dissected anything. So those pitfalls, they are the ones that makes us not to move. Because if it's a matter of national education, let it be provided to every South African child. Because we're no longer fighting like the women of 1956 like the youth of 1976. Our issue is equality. The Constitution says we are all equal before the eyes of the law. But we can't be equal when we are coming from different areas with these imperatives. So I always argue that we don't have to produce other women like the women of 1956. Because our problems now are more complicated than those ones of fighting for the ID. Like I'm saying, if teachers are still going to a meeting to unionize for the increment of the salary, no, there are a lot of things that they should fight for. Quality things. How are they running the school without a school van?
Yeah.
And the other department is breaking them every now and then. The whole yard is full of broken vans. And instead of fixing them and give them to schools, no, there will be a vandasi. They will sell them. There will be an auction. The school has got emergencies as the clinic. Yeah. So if the clinic has got an ambulance, the school must have a school van. Kids there, they fall, they get broken, they get what? The principal does not have a car, no teacher has a car, the child is born, is out, and so when we don't see this from a perspective of development, we'll just get angry when it's spoken about, but we'll not do anything about it. Because those women of 1956, like we have said, it's a Women's Month, their problems, most of them were domestic workers. They were working for white people in their houses. Then they could see the treatment, this issue of the ID book, which is very big. You carry it on your chest, you meet the police, they sign, and then they tear out the paper. Those papers should be equal. Imagine carrying a book of 365 pages. When you go to Johannesburg, as a woman, no woman was expected to be a worker there, maybe in the firms or in the offices. They say if you are following your husband in Johannesburg, it should be the maximum period to be there should be 2 weeks, and you must be there in a permit. It's like you know permit. Once the police finds you without it, you are in hot waters. So people had to have, when we were here in Venda, we had traveling documents, passports to go to Litrigat, passport to go to Johannesburg and Polokwane. Found there being a Venda speaking person from Venda without a passport, traveling document, you would be arrested. That's how bad things were.
And that was applying on Venda only?
Hi, all the TBVC groups. It was Transkei, Buputatswana, Venda, and Siskai. Going to LTT here, isn't that Venda was up to Luitrigat? In Luitrigat, it was South Africa. Between Luitrigat and Polokwane, there is Dogo and what. That's Venda. You approach Polokwane, you are in South Africa. Buputatswana, it was West. Buputatswana was not one. You have got this part of Buputatswana where that, this disintegration, So when we say we have been now released, are we relieved? We're not. Are we moving? We're not.
What does this month mean to you personally?
To me, it means some lions have passed this life and they roared in 1955. They were not well understood. They were disturbed. Then in 1956, they came up with a new strategy. They said, all you who are working in the white people's houses, when you come to the meeting in Union Building, bring those white kids on your back. So they couldn't put tear gas on them, nor rubber bullets, because they were carrying white kids. You see? So those are the lions that have passed where we are today. They have roared. And their roar is still felt even today. No wonder 9 August it's a holiday to hero worship those people, to see them and the landmark that they have put in our lives. And to me, because their challenges are not the challenges of today, it helps me to sit and say, but what's the problem we have today? The problem we have today is the girl child. The girl child who must not experience gender-based violence as this child should be growing. The child who must be seen. You know, if a man has got 2 kids, a boy and a child, and he has got 100 rand in his own estate, he does not hesitate to give it all to the boy child and give nothing to the girl child. When he has got 100 heads of cattle, he will give them all to the boy child and not the girl child. Then you ask yourself, what did this child do that makes her not to inherit from the father who proudly brought her on this planet? No wonder, even in parliament, they will say the poor are the women and the children. What makes us poor is the distribution of that which is available. Therefore, a woman will be poor from the father's house to the husband's house and to the grave. Because the father will not empower this girl child because she will get married. When she gets married, she gives birth to a boy child. The boy child will inherit everything from the father, and that woman will be there. So this is what we must change as women. That my girl child, I would rather work harder for the girl child. That when she gets married, she must have that fleet of taxis, that fleet of buses, that complex, that because her value is not defined by just breathing. I mean, people are being honored because of gender, because they are male. And you know, even when school came, women were barred out from school. It was said it's not for women, lest they will get mad by going to school. So we are the products of those women who did not go to school, not because they were not intelligent, because somebody just made that decision. So the woman of today, there is a girl somewhere. In your church, there is that girl child. Where you are working, there is that girl child, especially if you are a primary school teacher. Our duty and our responsibility is to pump confidence in them that we are human beings. Marriage is no longer a call, it's no longer a destiny. You don't have to get married to be counted amongst the living. You can run your own business, you can have your own car. You know, way back then when somebody is not married, you know, we define people by those things that they cannot change.
Yeah.
And we make life difficult. We define, if the person is divorced, even after 10 years, divorce is an event. It comes and it passes. We make women to feel the weight of negativity. So it is our duty as fighters for the rights of women and children to conscientize our people that girl in your house, she's worth the value of the boy child. She can drive if she's taught to drive. She can inherit whatever is being inherited. Even in the Bible, it said that some girls, they were 5. They had no brother. Their father died. So that was the time when land was being distributed for the Israelites there in Canaan. But you are not going to get land. We need men here. They went to appeal to Moses. They said, to Joshua, they said, our father is dead. We were born 5. We don't have a brother. We want our father's portion of land. And that one said, I will first pray to God. Then God answered, give them their land. What's wrong with that? God has got no problems of gender. He created us men and women so that he will not have debt in his hands every day creating people. So that he will interlock in us the creative ability to create ourselves after our likeness. Arali wabosina vanna nabafumakadzi mudzimu vakido vakudzura ye hange ivumba akodobera vumba chiita vamwe achimudzurera achi so o interloka responsibility dzori uri uve navamwe vathu ndiko zviveya ngomu wavathu hudofanira vana vavafumakadzi havatiyo vana vavanna hezvo zvithu hazviiti uri mumwe anyadziwe apfale mutuku mumwe apfale muhuru mumwe apfi hai chikoroni hauna cherede ndikuine ifunze wa mutanga. So those are the challenges we still have. How can a man of 4 children have one house?
Apparently we young last born.
Ngaurimini.
I don't know.
Kaba empower. Last born already have actualized it. Ichikoto dozura Australia. Ingajiandu Australia.
Second last.
Ziko goja zichibapasi ndikumbulele kuri the first born udobono vanayo abasongo vanayo abasongo vanayo so we empower them ngamra wa 50 years vudo kupatiwa the glass houses dzonotoma dzimwe dzodzura ntha mercury dzichimbiranga chipinga chawachi munango ko chimbiranga chipinga chawachi nodanga macheroni munango wose dzangei ndanga madekwa nandona munango unga dziko chimbira dziko mona zvino inini chikodorwera ine naye neine richadiva ati ovia vana dzihaisi kare havana dzigebulu havana zvikochi havana biri zvinoda dzimwe dzipindi dzibutterfly. So how do you actualize your girl child uri asivone chiri chituku chichinge ndichihurusa uri asishavere mbinganoni zvichitonga uko yosolva zviambaro nazvidiwa
and not see the husband as father figure kind of thing.
Just to see the spouse as a friend in the business of marriage as a partner.
Why
you know?
Do you say marriage is a business?
It's a business. Don't you know? It even needs a contract. My friend, you don't know. Marriage is a business of 2 people. and they must take a contract. I think we'll get a lawyer someday. And then he will teach you, hey, friend, there is in community of property, which is a civil marriage. There is out of community of property, which is a civil marriage. There is customary union. There is yellow paper. There is what. There are so many kinds of marriages. So it's a business. You start with a contract. And that contract runs with money. Business runs with money. How will you build if it's not a business? How will you educate the children if it's not a business? It's a business. Therefore, these partners, if they get there in community of properties, they are saying, I'm bringing 50% of my energy and my wealth. When I come with 50% of your energy and your wealth, so that this business could run. The reason why marriages are not running well is because people are not understanding their business part of it. Kuti marriage is a business. Whether you are employed or not employed, you have to contribute. So when you are contributing your 50% and he is contributing his 50%, therefore life will be easier. But if you get into marriage and nothing is happening, only kids are being born, there will be problems. People will fight. They will fight. Find those who did not treat it as a business. When they divorce, if they've got seven sheets, they will take three. Then they will take a scissor in front of the judge. They can even cut a fork in between. That's the problem we have. Our understanding. How do I understand these things? It will help us to teach you as our children that, do you know it's a business? You are contracting this person for a particular purpose. Yes, marriage, God has designed marriage so that kids will be legitimate. They will be born out of a wedlock. There is a lock there, it's called wedlock. So,
Very legitimate.
yeah, it's in the Bible. For he has created marriage in order to collect legitimate kids.
Yeah.
So when we talk about marriage in today's world, we are talking of something which is no longer that permanent and reliable. Not because marriage is not good, but because the people who are getting into it, they have decided not to read about it. I don't think people know how many books are there in the library about marriage. Just because it's not part of the course that you are doing, you don't give yourself at least an hour in a week to go and read those books. That's why people get into a marriage without understanding the contract in which they are. Somebody who is married in civil marriage, community property, ukadhiambore dovara goro yanga abana chavo bajenangaila aba oni chitu bafuna kugudha ruwambo runori zvashu nazvienda zvavo ndi zvashu.
With the kind of knowledge that you have today with regards to this issue, what would you tell your younger self? With the kind of knowledge that you have now with this marriage thing, what would you tell your younger self?
Mina, I understood these things when I was still very young. Because I had a collection of Walter Troby's books, and my father, when I think we were in standard 3 here in this school next to your home, when it was still Paswana.
Yes.
In 1973, he went back to school and did law at the University of Zululand. So he had this understanding, which he will share with us, and you know, when a parent is learned and he is willing to share knowledge, you are at a better side of understanding things. He would debate things with us. And I remember when I went to the university, he had written the courses that I should take in law. We arrived there, we registered for LLB. By then it was BProc, it was known as BProc. Then the lecturer would always say, "Oi, this class is too full, man. Do you think you will make it? By the way, I will have to sift you here. And he will mention the names of those that he taught who are now judges and whatever. And he said, half of you will not make it. And he will even go to say, to an extent of saying, especially ladies, they don't make it in my class. We were there, I think, for the first month, the second month, we told each other, hey, that man is serious. He cannot repeat this every day that women don't make it in his class. We changed, we went BA. But the interest with me did not die out.
BA is Business Administration.
Okay. Bachelor of Arts. Then you do the methodology, you become a teacher. You do UED, University Education Diploma. Okay. You then become a teacher. It's a method of teaching. So I'm trying to say, at times, parents can help for our younger beings to shape up. Sometimes somebody is in a place where nobody talks education, nobody talks law, nobody talks economics, it becomes very hard. And you know, our teachers sometimes would say, you are the first one to arrive grade 12. Nobody in your house has ever been actualized academically. Who do you think you are? And if you do not resist, you may do as we did, where we changed the degree because of the lecturer, before we even wrote one of his tests to prove whether what he was saying was true or not. You know? So looking at where we have passed and where we are today and what's life promising, it gives a person of my type chance to sit down the girl child and say, life is not what you might be thinking. You cannot get married before you drive your own car. You cannot get, because these are the things that makes you actualized. You know, dependency on somebody has got a challenge when that person either divorces you or dies. He might be providing, but he dies. So when we actualize women, especially in the Women's Month, atiri vanhu nisongo murwa zvino nga August munandunga uresa munindereni ndomurwa zvakudinga November. They should not be beaten, these people. If you no longer want to be with this person, part ways. Because in that person, it's not only your wife. She's a sister to somebody. She's a mother to somebody. She's an aunt. She's so many things. And just because there is this small dot of being somebody's wife, she yields to be killed by that person. It's lack of knowledge. In me, I am an aunt to somebody. I am a mother to somebody. I am a grandmother to somebody. I am a mother-in-law to somebody. There are so many roles in a person. So allowing being a wife to somebody takes my life. It's my ignorance. I must protect these entities as much as I am protecting the entity of marriage. And if that box in my maze of life does not materialize, I must not die. Because there are roles that I'm playing that are not influenced by being whose wife. So when we empower women, they should be able to stand their ground. To say, hey, my brother, you love me so much, but beating me, showing me the barrel of a gun, let's part ways. So because these people are depending on those that are abusing them, they will stay until they are killed. Then we stand up, we sing, we scream, we shout. When we are doing these women things, if a man kills a woman, we will organize ourselves, we will go to court, we will scream, we will shout. The other time we shouted until the judge asked, who are those people out there? Then somebody said, this is just a bunch of some frustrated women, market women who are here. We refused, we screamed, we shouted until we were given time to get in there, to put our matter straight, to say this man has killed somebody. And that somebody killed has got a child. That somebody killed was somebody's child. She's somebody's aunt. So we are here to say, we are denying the bail. But that does not bring somebody's life back. So that's why we are retreating from addressing women. We're going to the girl child, Uriwena, have confidence. You are not born to be married, you are born to live. If marriage is in the basket of your blessings, praise the Lord. If it does not come, travel the world on your own. Take yourself to Dubai, take yourself to any point, and that will come when you are financially okay. Because there are women who are educated, who are earning, but they don't control their money. It's being controlled by somebody because he has married them. Taking the whole salary. That's evil.
Access to the begging card.
That's evil. Not even keeping her own card. She does not even know the balance, whether there is anything or not. She's not even consulted. She just hear the phone ringing. 10,000 gone. No explanation, no what. Because there is this relative piece which she wants to keep. She will not even ask. That's not right. That's not respect. The person you marry must get your respect first before she is respected by any other person. Before you give her the children that will respect her for life. Because there is no need of not respecting your mother. There is only one mother on earth. Whether we are 10 or 15, as long as we are from the same mother, that's the only mother we have, and we cannot make an exchange. So when we talk about women empowerment, it's not only about money, it's not only about marriage. It's about them depositing themselves in the generation to come. I must deposit myself in my girl child, for she will deposit me in my grandchildren who might be born when I'm no longer there. So what I teach here today, I must not redress tomorrow and say, no. It must be yes, no must be no. Zvadzula zvotoraro na empower the girl child. So ne ndi whereas which if you take your child to work duality mushuboni. Baba bakutuwa na mwana wabo soko mona ko la malegere na masimba aninge mchumoni. Atiboni bako mu empower. Ati ndibona bane bachinga mu empower. Nga umuthu amela zwine zwanga mu engage from an early childhood time. Look at the white people in Livubu. A grade 7 boy can drive a tractor. He can drive a harvester. He is there. He can throw seeds. That one, the planter. Elia lo gobera. Uko lireira. Achipedza uko hasha laimi na manyoro. Ubvapo uko yovura chipray chinoko yofafadzirela mbeu. Bomu empowara. Azvingajiwi nga muthu evula zvine vakumugudisa mara anera rikotsi yanga vakutuwa nane mushumo ndiko zokogidima murau wavo vachiri hei ipi kompyuta iropira hei ipi printer ropira hei vakomutusanga mini pala petro.
That time you don't even know how to switch it on.
Vakoni chopata coffee shop madzinani yanga ndichikadhiva mutuku cherede la coffee shop yavaikojena ka account yanga. If your child is good in mathematics and you can see this child can do medicine as early as grade 8, build a surgery. Jenisani mango madokotela vaihayare vave vakuitela dzina ti holakisara achipasa metric achiya medhunsa achiya vetse achiuya na qualification hey building ivo deve uri ndi madokotela enokotovuya sa onara havala mango madokotela vadova vakumuthusa ngori vono vana chenjemo, you know. But you know, somebody is doing metric, good results, vakurenga gurintsva. Good results, vako divorce. Good results, vako extenda ndu ya bzuro. Hey, rina ramla yonoko uda aripate. Asiri ndikuya zi ofisini, ari in my chambers. Abedzi hone. Asikwamba za mubusoni yangi, zabo jaji. Do
you believe in community of property marriage?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Ngauri, when people do not commune, they do not think alike. They do not share visions. The moment ina masi andaitwa ayo, ngauri ndibandu kwamburi, your dads are my dads. Whatever you are struggling with, I will struggle with. Bone baba na mlandui, hola muthu we bamadana na inga community of property. Whether oba chizudhiva bone bakuita mlandu, kana oba asazudhivi. Bone ba dhoto waperekezerwa mwana. Ndiwawe na ene. Zoyawo mwana chikoloni.
Na indizwa.
Na ezu ya mkwamba. Hola mwana chia university. Hawa na bone zuya mkwamba. So ina masiya ndaitwa ina kandito ndiyasituri masiya ndaitwa ina dzimwe ndeve dzine haridzifuni and ringasidzikwate. So out of community of property, it's a good system. Milandu yavala ndi milandu yavo yanga ndi yanga mara vathu vothe varekayo vate yofunzwa nga manda uri vadeka gwada liti vachimbire vothe azongotoleruwo fana musi vaka community of properties. So no customary marriage automatically becomes civil. Hezvi arali roba romana nanga ilandira ya customary marriage before 1998. Ichitori 1998 hedzila mbingano dzote dzedza dzika customary dzika maitere yachiitwa chirema dzivo ivo divorce court nayona ivo amba ngausheriwa atundu nayona ubva 1998 musi rojena calipasi la democracy in order to protect those women and those men vevajena ka mbingano nga ndira ye baba vojena nga customary marriage. Do you know rimbasa ya Venda yechila cha green cha Venda cha Venda li independent ina marriage spaces zva 7 ekotandira munna umara basadzi va 7. So arali vathu vothe vakoda ve 7 Of course bibidini pala kha Yesaya I think indika chapter 4 upfi maduvani ya vhupelo 7 women va ḓo tinga munna muthihi vha ri vhonewe kha vha ri male vha ri fhedzele u nyadzeya zwi amba uri na kaleni people were being disrespected because of not being married. So that scripture says 7 women will cluster around one man. They will make a request to marry us that we may end this issue of not being respected. Yeah. We will eat our own food. We will dress our own clothes. So zviamba uri hapana vhathu vha koto malelwa pedzi uri vha wane chifani. Bari miṅwenda ri ḓo fuka yashu na zwiḽiwa ri ḓo ḽa zwashu. So ndi musi vhathu vha tshi khou ḓi commit. Nṋe ndi khou ri kha muthu ṋamusi ano khou ṱoḓa u dzhena mbinganoni kha thome a vhe na hetsho tshine a khou ṱoḓa u tshi commit. Ngori inwi ni nga si ri tshanga ndi tshaṋu ndi tshanga ni khou dzula ha vhabebi vhaṋu a si yaṋu nnḓu na goloi a si yaṋu ni khou amba tshi ri gai tsho ima tsimuni nga miri tshi gai tshi bangani nga tshelede. So when you commit there you are committing on properties or that which I will own. You will have direct access on it. If I own a hotel, you will have authority in my hotel as much as I will have authority on your filling station. I will have a say. Huna vhathu vhane vho dzula vhoṱhe sa mufumakadzi na munna hola mufumakadzi a tshi tou thoma vhudzisa uri zwino ngei bvani khaḽo a ḽi ni kwamini a zwi ni ṱoḓi fhethu mara o saidiwa ndi nga community of property u funa amba uri zwi a nṱoḓa ngauri ignorance hangei mulayoni it's not an excuse. Thi swiki mulayoni ndari ndo vha ndi sa zwiḓivhi a vhatendi na musi hu muthu nda sa zwiḓivhi uri vhana vhararu vha ri hayi you should have researched. Ignorance is not an excuse. Zwino vhafumakadzi vha dzula kha civil marriage ya community of property a vha na zwithu zwingi zwine a si zwiḓivhe a pfha unga u sa ḓivha hawe hu ḓo vhavhalelwa nga ḓuvha ḽine a vha a khou lavhelwa uri kha ḓivhe. So we have a lot to teach to other women, to the girl child, to empower them, to make them enjoy this life. Life is once off. Once we pass here, ri khou yo lenda kha ḽiṅwe ḽifhasi ḽine zwinotakadza zwa fhano zwi ḓo zwi zwinotakadza zwa ngei phanḓa. As much as ri tshi swika fhano thi a ro ngo to mela fhano mudzimu vho vhudza Yeremiya vha ri hey wena I knew you before you arrived there. I assigned you. A tshi khou hana a tshi ri I'm still young, you can't send me to the kings and the chiefs of this world, they will kill Maria. At 17 ndo ni ḓivha kale saini ndo no ni and sign ndo ni ḓivha ni sathu swika na muvhilini wa miyano. So it means we existed before. We landed in our mother's bodies for 9 months. We got out of there, we are here. When we get out of here, we are landing somewhere. So kha heyi period hei zwine ra khou ita na kuhumbulele na kuvhonele zwi ḓo determina nga ngei phanḓa ngori arali hu tshi pfhi dani ngolo nga ngei phanḓa ndi mbili fhedzi iṅwe ipfhi hele iṅwe ipfhi ḽiṱaḓulu ende hu na dzi prefect haningei nga ngei heleni prefect upfhi upfhi Saṱani nga ngei heaven upfhi yeso uri na order ndi nga ngei yeso nṋe ndi tshi khou zwi pfha zwi khou funzwa ṋamusi zwo to ita no to ṅwaliwa ndi sathu bebwa nda mbo ḓi ṋanga zwino nḽendisa hangei hu no pfhi u ḓo vha na zwililo no shenganya maṋo na hanevhaḽa vha ḓo mangala ndi khou swika uri uyu o to fhira kha ḽifhasi ḽa preparation yo swika fhano dining hall ya fhano uri na order a mbo ḓi nga a zwi vhoni a mbo ḓi thoma u itisa zwiṅwevho. So a u nga ḓo tou vha hu fhungo ḽori ha ri funi. You see how beautiful you are now. Ni tshi to bvelapo nnḓa na mbo ḓi wana kwana ko fara matope ni nga kutendela kutshini fara ni nga si tende not ngori ani kufuni zwino na mudzimu vha ri funa roṱhe vho prepare hele ngori una vhathu vha sa pfhi I hone vho I ṱoḓela na prefect ende hedzi bulasi na fhano ndi mbili ri kha ḓivha nga ngeno huna vho no khou shuma bulasini ya Saṱane na vho no khou shuma bulasini ya Yesu. Zwino vhuswi na vhuḓamusi nṋe ndi khou shuma bulasini ya Yesu ndi tshi dodoma ndi tshi ya crusade nda swika nda hovha vhashumi vha hula nda vha ḓisa ngafha vha rembuluwa ndi tshi ḓiya ndi tshi vha dzhia ndi tshi vha ḓisa ngafha vha khou rembuluwa hola wa ntsinyutshela ndi hapo hune khakhathi dza thoma hone. Zwino ri tshi swika ngei phanḓa hu ḓo vha sina a huna muthu ane ono swikisa o pfuka puberty a sa zwi ḓivhi uri there is right and wrong. That's why zwiṅwe zwa zwithu vhathu vha tshi ita vho dzumbama. Ṅwana a nga si tswe swigiri ya panḓuni a iḽa o dzula o na vha milenzhe nḓu u funa u mona aya a iḽa vha ḓo tou vhona nga thoro dza swigiri. Nda swika nda tswa mabundu kha tshijomela ki ḓo tala uri hoyu nda tswa zwine rechisi munhu khou ḓo pfala zwino end point ya hune ra khou ya hone hu ḓo determiniwa hune ra khou ya lenda hone a hu na ḓiratsiseṱere a hu na vho no ḓo wela vhukati ri tshi swika ngei phanḓa heyi mishumo ine riṋe ra khou i shuma fhano shangoni i ḓo vha transport dza u swika muṅwe na muṅwe ḓo ṋamela mishumo yawe mishumo ya muthu a i xeli a zwingi hezwi zwa musi posoni aḓirese yashu i 292 na wana vho pangana vhurifhi ya 282 hayi a u khou sotha vhathu wange hu khou sotha muṋe wa ḽiṱaḓulo no ri ḓivha zwino ri tshi swika ngei phanḓa a tshi ri ini na tou shumela iḽa campi none hu tou nga ha nga vhi na mafhungo na riṋe uḽa ngori havha vho no ḓo lenda hafho hu na yesoi hupfi hu ḓo lingululwa mishumo yavho hangei heleni a ri pfhi uri mishumo i ḓo vha i khou wana dzi riwa dzina hangeno ha yeso hu ḓo vha na u lingululiwa mishumo yashu pfhi ḓo fhira muliloni hu itela saizi dza dzi riwadzi dza dzi khare zwino hapfhi hu na hangei ṱaḓulu vho no ḓo vha na khare khulu zwika Daniel chapter 12 vho no ḓo wana dzi khare khulu nahone vhone vhaṋe vha tshi penya vhunga ṋeredzi dza ḽiṱaḓulu ndi vha no ḓovha vho isa vhanzhi kha zwivhuya. So you see through the podcast you are taking people from another level to another level. Ni khou dzhia vhathu ni tshi vha bvisa kha u sa ḓivha ni tshi vha isa kha u ḓivha kha u sa fulufhela ni tshi vha isa kha u fulufhela nga u ralo whatever you are doing good to people you making them good in a sense. Zwino musi
to God that's +5.
Yes, that to God nduri u shumela mudzimu ndi u shumela vhathu u shumela vhathu ndi u shumela mudzimu. Zwino riṋe arali ra shuma ra isa vhathu kha zwivhuya ra lamulela vhafumakadzi kha u sa ḓivha ra ita uri the girl child ave empowered a fune mudzimu a appreciate vhutshilo a songo vhuya ḓi hunga nango ya itea ni nḓilani ya vhutshilo a tshile zwi khou contributor kha zwidulo zwashu zwa ngei phanḓa zwino vhaṅwe hupfi vha ḓo tou suvha vha tshi dzhena ngei ndi ano khou rembuluwa nga ḓuvha ḽine ya khou fa ngalo u vhona vhaḽa vha tshifhambanoni havhaḽa vho ri kha yeso vha ri u nyelelwe zwi ḓo konḓa badi uri havhaḽa vha swike na mishumo thi khou tou vha haṱula mara ndi khou tou pfha uri tshifhinga tshe vha tshi wana tsho rembuluwa tsho vha konḓisela no ya ndovhedzoni tsho vha konḓisela no ya Sunday school hetshiḽa tshifhinga tsho vha konḓisela tsho vha tshiṱuku lune a vho ngo tsha kona no ya crusadini havhaḽani vho balelwa no solwina hoyu mungana wavho we vha vhambiwa naye vho tou mumangala uri matsina ini ani na ṱhompho hoyu so but that conversation i nga ḓirisi ya kha fhungo ḽo ri havhaḽa vho ngo tsha tenda u rembuluwa convert havhaḽa munna ndi vhone vha vhoṱhe. Zwino uri muṅwe o crusadeaho vhathu o ḓisaho vhanzhi kha zwivhuya a wane sithi no lingana na havhaḽani zwi ḓo ri konḓi nyana muthu o no khou rembuluwa ngori u kha accident malofha a khou fhela o sokou ita laki uri a tshi swika sibadela a wana dokotela wa mutendi a ri heyi confession kana vho nese vha mutendi vha ri vhone kha ri thome nga confession vha sathu rungiwa vho no zwi vhona uri hayi loss of blood hafha yo no takuwesa vhone kha vha thome vha confesse zwivhi zwavho zwezwi ri khou ita zwa dziṋeletei ndi musi no ṱangana manese vhao vho netshelwaho vho no ḓivha tshedza. So ri tshi swika ngeini dining hall hedzilani hu ḓo vha na order kha heyi ya yeso vhathu vha ḓo fhiwa miṅene dzi rewards dzavho forever and ever. Zwino arali riṋe ri sa zwi tendi hezwo ri ḓo tshila a careless life ri ḓo destroy. Do you know uri mudzimu vha a kwatela na thathu kha Levitico I think it's Levitico 17 or what vha ri ni songo tala mutalo ni songo phula mabuli holo lukanda ndo ni fha lwo putela the precious things and my spirit in you. Hoi pha ḓo tou wana muṅwe khoyo rwa ṱharu yawe yo itwa mulomo hanefha kha mukulo wawe muṅwe o ita mavhala muṅwe heiḽa zwithu ri va ri khou tempera na muṋe wa heyi small house habe he nnḓu inwi ni khou hula nayo zwine na khou ita na zwine na khou itela khayo zwi ḓo vhudziswa ngei phanḓa. That's why tshipfi muswa kha ḓifhelwe nga vhutshilo a takadzwe nga zwoṱhe zwine a ita a tshi ḓivha uri hangei phanḓa hu ḓo vha na tsengo.
Zwino vho no tala mudzimu zwi vha khou tou ita nga khole avho vha khou tou
vhaṅwe vha khou itwa nga u sa ḓivha ngori zwavhuḓi vhuḓi bivhili ini a ni tea u vhala ngo ya kerekeni ni tea u i vhala ngauri it is the will of God. Willi ndi lutamo vhoramulayo vha zwi ḓivha uri willi ndi mouthpiece yanga nṋe ndi si tsha kona u amba ndi document ye nda i talai ndi tshi kha ḓi kona uri ndi si tsha kona. Zwino bivhili ndi willi ndi lutamo lwa mudzimu o to vhudzedzela vhathu vha ṅwala zwine a khou ṱoḓa uri zwi tshiliswe zwone nga vhathu vha tshaka dzoṱhe vha mirafho yoṱhe. Zwino hezwi inwi ni si nayo ni sa ivhali a i ngo vhuya hule i tovha na bugu dza 66 fhedzi dziṅwe dza dzi bugu hafhaḽa dzi tovha na page 2 na page nthihi vho Jude dzedzidzi vho epistola ya nyinyi zwa ita ntani a si ndapfu. Zwino hezwi vhathu vha sa ivhali for themselves vha 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 khou ḓi depriva u inherita zwo fulufhedziswaho ngori arali willi i ya malaifa i ya vhathu vho no ḓo inherita. Nṋe nda si willi i khou rengisiwa i yone vhengeleni nda i renga ya vha yanga i ita uri nṋe ndi pfesese zwine nda khou tea u inherita. Nṋe nda mbo ḓi litsho i vhala nda ri thi dzheni kereke ni khou pfha zwi tshi yelana hezwo zwithu tshi sa vhaliwi ndi willi yaṋu inwi zwino ni kha ḓi tshila ngori ri nga ḓo ḓivha uri nori mukene a songo vhuya wana tshithu mara heyi ya mudzimu inwi ni i vhala the moment ni tshi tou thoma u ḓivha zwivhi na zwivhuya ni funa mbo ḓi thoma u vhala heiḽa willi ngauri there is an inheritance of peace, inheritance of joy, inheritance of his grace, inheritance of healing. Hala ndi maipfa ane ini na khou a wana ni kha ḓivha fhano ni tshi khou tshimbila kha lwendo lwo ya hangei he na lindelwa hone. Zwino ini arali ni khou hano renga road map hu to ṱana vha goloi khezwi vha khou dzhenisa ipfi mini no sumba nḓila GPS bivhili ndi GPS yo navigator kha vhutshilo nahone muṅwe nayo nahone a sa ivhali a tshi khou lindela vhafunzi vha tshi vhala huno vha takadza vha mufunza ari amen a ṱuwa vhege yoṱhe a dovha a vhuya a zwi nga iti. Bivhili ndi GPS ya vhutshilo. Zwino bivhili yamba nga marriage i hana na divorce kha Malaki chapter 2 verse 16 iri I hate divorce. I Jehovah God I hate divorce for he who is being divorced utongo kubvuliwa lukanda kutshila. Nṋe Yehova wa ḽiṱaḓulu ndi a i vhenga ha ngori ndi vhenga vho ṱaliwaho kana vho no khou ṱala uri the act of divorce it's dangerous. Mara zwino ri tshi dzhia hedziḽa decision dzo ṱala ri sa ḓivhi aḽa mafhungo uri khou levhela William no thingei kha Mika i ḓo ri a dzhenaho mbinganoni a humbule luvhili ngauri a yo ngo leluwa ndi pfura maṱhupho zwa dovhololiwa na hafha kha Malaki muthu ono khou humbula u dzhena mbinganoni a humbule luvhili ngauri mbingano i na muya wayo ure sensitive unogadiwa guard on the spirit of marriage. Rambo ḓimalana muṅwe o bva o ya zwibodoni o sia musadzi muṅwe o bva o ya khuruga o vhona mapfene o sia musadzi musadzi o ṱuwa o ya society-ni na zwino ḓo vhuya vhege ḓaho ndono vha vhona makhuwa vha gadaho ḽa mbuya wa mbingano swika nga ḓuvha ḽa divorce vha swika khothe vho farana nga zwanḓa vha ṱanana vha khou khisana havhaḽa vha zwi pfesesa uri upfhi ndi no gada zwino riḽeni tambina musadzi tshimbili ndo fara musadzi wa tshanḓa musadzi wanga sibande ya vhurukhu God on the spirit it's so sensitive muya wa mbingano sensitive u tevhela muya mukhethwa ngoba sensitive miṅwe mimuya yo konḓelela no ita ni hayi ri a ipfa.
You know, now that you're talking about will, I have this fascinating thought that I was just thinking. Is it me or there's no woman that has written a will before? Like mostly it would be like men.
No, will is for an individual.
But have you ever find a woman who has wrote a will?
I have my will.
Of course.
And I've written it long back.
Of course, when it's obvious.
Gauri zvienda zvanga zvifunosara na somebody. Rokodza but vakopfonga will ndiya muthu arina chirede.
But mostly it's for men.
No, it's not.
I mean,
it's
out
for,
there.
Once you are 16 years old, and you, is it 16 or 18? 18. Once you are 18 years old,
I should never will.
you must draft a will. Ini arali will yamu yava isichairana nange ipanda kana inu zvino no draft a will na 18 years laptop yanga Apple isare nanyi mavone yanga asare nanyi studio changa chiraniwe hani ara chichidorana nendisicheho. Then you get married, you marry in community of property. Zviyambori you will amend your will ngauri now idova ichivogenera navamwe vathu mufumakadzi wanu mwana wanu mini. Will is for an individual person. Ndicremate ndichifa. If you want to be burnt, cremate. Ndivurungiwe if you want to be buried. Gai nganyi huite Rene, we are very silent about life after death.
But why do Africans mostly believe will is for men?
Ndingauri vapfaunga will ndiya property dzandeme. Will includes jewelry. Who must take my ring? Who must take my whatever? Nduri taidzo ndiori, do we value what we have?
Okay.
If you value it, you will protect it.
Yeah.
Ngauri unendori norovaradziya zviambaro izviro ringisa kama jumble sale. Inu inova ndingotoda zvichitodonatiwa maybe kaimwe orphanage. Kana zvichikotoyosana namuzvara wanu. Naona uri muzvara wanu hawo hapala ini yanongomunanga. Muzvara wanu ini yanongoviya namuumbulero uri ave part of the execution team. Vatu vonoko-executa. Asi executa asi chitu. And avamuhumbuli avo vonokokovekanya tundu. Mara your voice. Namusi arali vai override. Ini arali nichikori nne munanga. Ndarova zvino. Gauri, you must talk about today. Ndarova zvino. What do I have? Ndina mangirasi yanga, ndina zviambaro zvanga, ndina zvienda zvanga, ndina dzibhugu dzanga, ndina podcast yanga, yonova namavone ayo, yonova nadzikamera dzayo. So what? Aranda sokuvua ndorova zvisare nanyi. My father might not be interested, my mother might not be interested in that. How will they keep them? For whom? For my last born brother who might be 5 years old now, zvifunova nasambodi onokuzvikipa hola zvidiva achiura. Zvino azvikonadze uri vane humbulere zvone inini songozvihumbura nazvive on a document. Ende ila document handisi kumwara naive pakati yamatirasi. Ngori ini ngarova rine richatakura matirasi yamu.
Kana ratakura unopera chipinga.
Inu nifuna ive yakasafe yamu. Zvakudzi zvihumbulero mtu mwana muona sefo. Sefo asiya mtu wachigidi pedi. If you keep it in your safe place, you keep it with your banker at the bank, you keep it with your attorney, you may keep it with the company that you are investing with. Arali nichivechere sanlam kana old mutual kana whatever, they must know about it. Ngauri huvua imwe hivi huvua vamwe vachiri ndi mwana washo. Vamwe vari zvandiko zvipfo ndi mwana wapo mara ndi munna wake. Vamwe venga pala vandi zvakotsi yacho, vamwe vari ndi mwana wamiyacho uyu. Ende mashudu mavi zvivonalesa kamtu ane affluent. As if the poor should not write a will. Musha inaine ukoteo mwana wili. Yahola mumbete wawe uri uitweni upisiwe kana usokupisiwana. Uisiwe ngapi? Nachitenzi.
I think it's time I write a will.
So you know, it's time you write your own will. Uri, what's your wish? Habe will in the wish. Uri ndisi chakono amba. Ndi nyano do nyambere. And above the will there is a trust. With the trust you are there creating a legal person. Ubi ila ndi mutu anena kuto mumaga mabambiri. Ndiyo neno ine nakono ambori. Yezu yazvingaite yezu zvidoite yezu zvaita ntani. Ngori you may write a will. Bana vanhu vai override kamsi inino amborindoisa ngoringiswa varengisi. But ingangomwa trust. Hold on kotodoirenga achiyange hava transfer vatori asiya woyo. Dear trust ndinyi is the seventh person that you have created to protect everything that you have willed. So nendichisedza vatu ndi athi vhoni zwi tshi khou itiswa ngori wili ndi dza vhanna. Zwiṅwe zwa zwino khou itisa ndi zwa men are the ones who are amassing properties and wealth. So ri pfa uri vhafumakadzi ngori they are not, they should not. Wa tea uri vhudza uri wheelbarrow yawo u khou ṱoḓa i tshi itisa hani u muthu,
so that ri kone u ḓivha,
ri kone u ḓivha uri table cloth dzawe ri dzi ise gai. Ndi hezwi o no ṅwala heyi wili u ḓo kona u zwi pfa uri mara nṋe ndi nga to ngori wili a i konḓi arali property dzaṋu kana lupfumo lwaṋu lu under 250,000. Zwi konḓa hafha i tshi vho thoma uri nwini na 1 million. Ndi hafho hune vhoramulayo vha tea u dzhenelela hone, vha tea u executor, vha funa u wana 3.5% of what mini. Vhaṅwe vha sa ṅwalisi wili vha ri ndi uri ri khou shavha u fha maḽoyara tshelede, vha songo ṅwalisa i ḓo ṱuwa na zwezwo. So nṋe nga nḓila ine nda pfha ndi tshi takalela u kuvhanganya nḓivho ngayo, I'm free to advise people.
How much do you think you're worth?
Myself?
Yeah.
I have not calculated.
But estimation yana,
I can't.
maybe 3.2 billion.
No, I should not worth billion.
Millions?
No, I
more than that.
I should go zillion.
Of course. I mean,
Even dillion is small. Oh,
there's billions.
you don't know dillion. You end up with B.
No, with zillions. I only know
Z.
billions. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know a zillion?
No, I didn't know dillion.
Dillion?
Yeah.
It's there.
Oh, okay.
It's only that we don't call people dillions. Even when a person is a dillionaire, we still call that person a millionaire.
So
or we say multi-millionaire or billionaire.
How many zeros are there in dillions?
Dillions, I think, is how many? What am I? Is it 16 or 26?
Hey.
The zeros there are many. In a zillion.
I get you.
So
Let's dive into business now. I want us to talk about business. You believe so much in business, of course. Starting on your own. Do you believe that there are certain people that are born to be consumers?
We are all consumers. Business people and those who are not in business, we consume, because consumption means getting things for our use. We either consume as food, clothes, furniture, building material. We are all consumers. But then when we engage ourselves in activities that will yield income, so that we will consume better things, and when others are not doing that, some are settling down for grants, 350, 500 for having a child, 2,000 for growing old, what people can settle for that. Then those are the ones who are called consumers in a street language. But even a dillionaire and a zillionaire, they are consumers, because they eat, they need clothes, they need cars. It is those activities of converting natural materials into more useful goods that we say they are in the industries, they are in the factories, they are producing, they are exploiting the natural environment in order to meet their survival needs. They are baking bricks, they are chopping wood, they are hunting, they are fishing. Those are primary activities. So when we process those goods that we have maneuvered from primary activities, we then are doing industries and factories. But then when we go tertiary, we'll be processing electricity from water, processing electricity from coal, and distributing it to people. So everybody is a consumer. The problem is, if consumption is on cash, where are you getting your cash from? If you are buying and selling, you are in business. So he who is waiting for a salary will be an exposed consumer. And you will consume the least of things, the lowest of quality. Zviya konda vasakoto vaka business boto lindera muholo uri vanga ḓo to ḽa steak ḓuvha ḽiṅwe na ḽiṅwe hayani. zviya konda nyana vadoita vachidha namitsinga vadova vavuya namirenje yakhuhu zvidova zvakonda nori vadovambori vadotoreira goloi nevaifuna vadoreira yeconvenience mara arali veka business vakonoambori hela ferrari hela ndikoibhajetera hela minimini hela ndikoibhajetera so zviyadokonda nakandu uri vatodzura kaine vachisvika munango iwo huma habe ari kutoshaviwa ngaminango yemavengeleni pedzi zvinoona vana vamwe vane I know of some young people already they are staying in glass houses, automated glass houses. Achisvika munango haafari chitu munango uko musensa wavhura jena navanhu wadova wavhara avachava keli pasili nerine rakadirwa naloko iko anovhura korokochi puratu chipirigi chori chedza vatu vekakomo dhana rupanga kirikichi zvino nasaidza avala vane akisvika tsina guru yewe kuvhura asongoifara.
Some use fingerprints.
Iwe ndiri vachiri ichanda kisati svika kabutu ikotuwa vatotoifara pesi tenda kiya veyani pongo mguroini guro ikotuwa zvino hezvi ndikadireira inekidza sawadana ari tuwe yasapi kwana kwachi tuwe mungoko reira ngakire butuni yange ikabhegi uzokopotedza kabateni yavoya ukaguro ine mubudziso riri kwera gai arali hovo kureira mwana wawe kana kureira munna wawe achijena yamudzo rikavaadjuste avanga avoni zvakudenge padza
nege ije chasumbedzi rigai
ayongototomaisa sumbedzi yotopa ochibula nena chataire yamadhi ngorigai mukakisa zvino yamumwe kotombomudza ruvone ndosara na 30 liters yapa yepitororo vachivona filling station inokotevera vanchere ti chimulinga reserve ne dzimwe dzikobudza vane vadzori ngapa hauna bada ikwambori haucheneyo tayariwawo ngapa zvino hela zvitu hela zvine rakovona influence azvisvikererei zvabudinga muhoro zvikotodza votakuwa vajena kavubhindudzi kana vakutolima kana vakutofuwa kana vakutorenga vachirengisa kana vakutopata zvipato vachihirisa vatu vachiitani ngauri muhumbulo muhulwane it's not just accumulating liquid cash it's the issue yauri standard chachiro chitakuwe ubva hange yera vari kuenderana nguruve nambudzi ichiri rote ravhuwa nawanda lisogocha mbudzi yotwatsambura radova rarara hovasi wadhanda tindi muriya hovasi wadhanda heli ya dhanda liko ridhironga rote rikosokokambotiya ringobona nazvo ndimuridhe lilo nehitara zvino haela lifestyle nne ndava ndikotaruchedza veiwe uri there were days havo kutorindiwa maropa vaikobhalirwa renga nama vatokona rurege rwamaropa ange ibuchereri vavuya nawo vadha varinda rala hala maropa veiwe hane zvipfuri zvidhisa hani uri maropa avekisevo mudhi wothe rikoremeriwa richi zvichikoliwa wikisevo vanokobhalirwa ngamaropa vaya vahumbera musvane. Do you know what is musvane? Ndizviliwa zvoliwawo nga hei kholomo zvisatuvawo butoko mara zvikadhivawo nga mumuvirini zvonopfukawo kauprocessiwa ngachiutwana hala masvika hala vakonosvika vahumbera vajiya vashera madhi vatuda vabhika napfa mudhi wotokunuka ngori zvonoprocessiwa tumbuni yechimwe chifuwo ratota rikoseva veiwe rani vudzori muno wamajoro coarse salt iyasheriwa madhini ratota robudzofi zvipfi gukurume ratofura ratopedza pureti yavuswa rikotota kamadhi osherwa muno zvino musi richikomuvha hange keli ali pasi azvikonadzei ngauri vave vototorwa vadomuvha slow vangadhipedza vomuvha mara zvino arali ndi khou ṱoḓa u solver space uri ṅwana muṅwe na muṅwe avhe na kamara na musi ri tshi bika ri ḓi bika zwino khou ri pfarara zwi ḓo ṱoḓa zwi ḓo ṱoḓa vha tshi vha na bindu a ḽi tu vha na vhathu vhakene no to ya nḓeyani vha tshi hwala khuni. You just carry firewood there, mopani wood. You can make it. People are selling soil, red soil, to Europe, to those European countries, especially the side of Asia, where there is no red soil. But vha khou ita contract dzo dzhia mavu apo vhathu a ṋamedza a ḓi tou ṱuwa sa migayo nga masaga vha khou rengisela maṅwe mashango. So it's not a matter ya uri vha funesa tshelede havhaḽa vha khou ita bindu ngori he a vha ṱoḓi u shuma muṅwe na ene u khou solver dzawe. Hopo u fanela riṋe ri tshi vho zwi pfhesesa uri ndi tshi tshaisa mushumoni nga 4:30 ndi khou ḓa nda awela maybe for 2 hours nda kona u dzhena kha zwanga ngauri nṋe nda sa shuma zwanga nda shuma zwa mutholi fhedzi nda vhuya nda bva pension zwanga zwi nga itea zwi si takuwe na ḽiṅwe ḓuvha. Hangei Britain vhathu vha kona u shuma mishumo miraru. There is this lady, she was a teacher in my school then. So when her husband moved to Britain, she also moved there. Ari ngeno mushumo tshipfi wo shumiwa wo fhelela it's 4 hours. So from 8 arali tshikori 8 9 10 11 tshikoro tsho bva vhadededzi vho funza tshikoro tsho bva. So from 11 to 12 it's your lunch hour. Then 12 1 2 3 you are in the library, you are packing books, it's another employment. 5 o'clock you are on lunch. 7 8 9 10 you are at the restaurant, you are washing plates, or you are at the dry clean, you are packaging. So they have got 3 incomes in one day. Rinenge no ro unicelluliwa, just a unicellular. Ndaba mdededzi ndifunza kha chechi chikoro whether kha ḓuvha ḽa ṋamusi ndi na period na fhedzi I must stay there all the hours. Period engei khou thoma after short break I must be there at the assembly. Ari athu swika hone rari vhone vho rovha thola awara dzavho dzo shuma dzi khou thoma nga 8 ndikho mbadededzi vha 56 vha khou ḓa vhoṱhe tshikoloni same time.
And you're right, because university or college in Australia.
That's why ri tshi swika university ri tshi vhona zwi different ngori it should have been like that at school. Vhadededzi vho ḓa vhoṱhe vhe 56 nga matsheloni muṅwe period i tshi khou thoma nga 10 apa nga 7:15 u khou ṱoḓa ngori off na khou ḽaisisa mafhi yawe hangei kana a khou ḽaisisa khavhishi dzawe i tshi ri 9 havha khou swika ri tshi muvhusa ri I have got 1 hour for preparation. Ndi oto ḓela dzi practical ṋamusi maybe dza life science kana dza geography kana dza whatever subject a tshi fhedza u khou dzhena goloini u khou ṱuwa hoyi riṋe na musi period ya fhela nga 12 ndi khou funa u lindela 3:30 ya studies. A hu no khou ḓa khou ḓela studies riṋe ro ṱuwa zwino ndi hezwi sa itea ngei zwikoloni zwa vhatshena ni ḓo zwi vhona uri they rotate. Dziṅwe period social worker u khou funza, dziṅwe period police u khou funza nga policing, dziṅwe period clinical psychologist ndi dzawe zwi baḓa nga tshifhinga. That's why vha sa lengi na miṱanganoni riṋe it's surprising mushumoni ri swika nga tshifhinga nangwe ndi tshi khou thoma u shuma nga 11 ndo swika nga 7 mara hu tshi vho vha na muṱangano wa some kind nṋe ndi swika ndo lenga. Ndi lufuni fhedzi une nda khou shavha uri ndi ḓo balelwa u vhona bogisi that's when ndi ḓo beba and a zwi nthusi nga tshithu u ḽi vhona no sa ḽi vhona. You know, so we have got a lot that we must redress. We have relaxed so much. Apa kha time, apa kha distribution of time, God has been so fair. A day has got 24 hours in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, in America, wherever. A day, it's a period of 24 hours.
How do you break your 24 hours in a day?
8 hours, ndidzo awera. 8 hours, ndidza mutoli arali notoliwa.
No, I mean you.
With myself, the breakage yange yono ba interrupted ngauri I'm self-employed. But arali kwamba nga somebody o employee wa 8 hours ya wendi ya mutoli. Or government ibashumisa 6 hours. zvi amba uri 1 hour ndiyo uya 1 hour ndiyo uya 6 ndi dza mutoli na mwana wa chikoro zvo raro chikoroni vashumisa 6 hours 1 hour ndiyo uya 1 hour ndiyo uya 8 hours ndiya self development ndiye zvine ndakwamba uri you can sow, you can do whatever, then 8 hours ndiyo yedhere. You just divide 24 by 3. Zvino net my age you find uri unova nadzi disintegration. But I would like to stick ka 8 hours ya self development. That's why therefore now I have written 10 books. And mungopfa zvisapfari uri chipinga chikotowanana pia papetu. Chikowanana nepakaduva ngauri lina 24 hours. So nidowana uri mumwe azvipfi uri zvina 24 hours mburi mutori wowo vakomutoda ojena ngamachironi yakotuwa ngamadekwana mbutso iyori ova akuita nedhuva lothe yanepo petu. That's why ndichipopfesesa uri votichara avave na coffee shop madhuva opira ala muvuso unori mudededzi yavi na bindu hange coffee shop yavo bone vachitobva pamishomoni kavayokuloka coffee shop vavone kofi dzinokotodiwa mapi anokotodiwa namini vasainere zvote zvinokotoyosaineriwa bone vachichaisa uva ukoda mumwe wavana vavo hapo anenge icho chipinga chamusivone veyapo uhumwe. Until we become multifaceted we will always be disintegrated ngori na zvitori zvacho hazvifani mahayani mumwe obva ri vana vatano vamemti mumwe obva ngapa ovuya polisa mumwe obva ngapa ovuya esvole mumwe obva ngapa ovuya enese mumwe ovuya zviminimini mumwe oshuma mavengeleni namusi rodzura zvitori zvacho hazvifarilaini zvino ava lava dzimwe dzichaka vashumanga qualification ya first born ava dhokotera nahoyu wamurume vune vungasiite mudhokotera anganamba vanesi angafoda dzi-x-ray angatrainiwa uplastera mirenje yarali mutu wokwasheya angaita ndiri vati ingakeriya hange Nigeria una dzi-Williams I believe voramulayo vazidiva ndi family ine vothe ndi voramulayo for more than 230 years now hela family iko producer voramulayo ufina msini America natoambori I don't worry I will be represented by the Williams vazvipfori imi you mean business about this ndi vatu varema varenge Nigeria dzi-Williams lipasi lothe lidiva ila family yamulayo zvino mbuso ndiyori family yashu idiverwa mini zviche zvovilingana rune ari yatodiverwa mushonga zvino hange Cuba shango lothe lidiverwa mushonga vatoma medicine ka form 3 in the introduction to medicine grade 10 11 12 ndi party ya degree. That's why hange medicine ichitwa 4 years ngori 3 years unoita secondary rine ndikadhitwa pedza grade 12 ndayotoma introduction to medicine ndapedza 6 years kana 7 years in university. Zvino hezvi zvithu zvasashanduka rine ridzodziwa rikotuwisa zvezvi zva-lagging behind nenditama vaswa vova vachistada haya mapungo ngamanda time management uri nne arali ndikola breakfast ndashumisa awara yothe wai ndisachinchi zviliwa tiri awara ikodhiswa ngori ndikonwa tiye ende tiye yapisa wai ndisanwe juice ngechila chipinga uri nditavanye ndituwe wai ndisanwe mapi ndatavanya ndatuwe zvomwari wapi uri ndikotionwa madhiopisa odaiwa ngamatari everyday iwo shururiwa ichi sheriwa kapiringi ichi shururiwa ichi ndichi tuvanikokuvera none ronanga ola rotenga chipinga chitiri chikwamba rotinga tafura ari kwaya petu navi yanavonela svu zvikuita yai zviyavonana uri hauna sense of agency asi ufunzei asi ugava asila ndotola chipinga chacho rodzura mapolisa vasiri farire zvone vakazide vakokonya vari kokoliwa chipinga paroni fari ai rine ridatofarwa ngachiro neune. Poverty will hold us. Bibili poverty will grip you. It will hold you like a bandit. It will not play with you. Poverty vone vafanela utotsemba vafanela urwa vafanela ubonala votsvuka vachikulima vachikuitani vafa ka poverty you will have to fight. Poverty airabeleliwi kerekeni yatuwa. You cannot pray for somebody poor ringatorabelwa rikave nadzi ideas dzotapulwawo. Poverty is not asthma. You cannot vomit it out. Poverty can grip the first, second, third and fourth generation. vhavhuya vha to ita no amba uri hai riṋe vhushai ndi hashu, mara vha nga takuwa vha vhuzudza vhone, vha nga takuwa vha vhuzudza hupfi khotsi ya Yeso vho vha vha na feme ya mabulanga a u ita zwikepe. Hezwi Yeso o bebiwa vha tshi khou shavha uri u ḓo vhulawa nga uḽa Herod wa tshifhinga tsha Yesu, vha ḓo fanela u shavhela na Egipita. Vha swika vha dzula muḓini wa vhaṅwe mukegulu vha tshi pfi vho Salume, vha gudisa miya Yeso u runga zwithu zwa African tapestry. Miya Yeso vhe na ṅwana ri mudzimu nḓuni, vho vha vha khou runga. Ndi khou amba uḽa no shandukisa maḓi a vha waini. Nṋe ashu a huna muthu ono vhuya ita dembe ḽo shandukisa maḓi a vha orosi, ra ḓo to dzula ra wela. Yeso vha khou shuma feme hupfi at the age of 12 he was fully developed and robust. A tshi vho kona u kala ṱhanga ya tshikepe Yeso at 12. Heuḽa ṅwaha we a ḓo sala thembeleni ya khou vhudzisa vhakala vha khou balelwa u fhindula, o vhono vha fully developed and robust. Miya wena khotsi vha tshi muvhusa uri ni ri ita nini ni sala no dzula hafha ro no tshimbila lwendo lwa maḓuvha ra to dovha ra toma, a ri no nṱoḓelani? Why did you search for me? Don't you know that I am very busy in my father's business? Arali Yeso hopo na mushumo wa khotsi yawe I business, khotsi yawe vha ṱaḓulu. Nṋe nda mbo ḓi vhona vhutshilo vhu casual, ndi ḓo ambara madzadza, ndi ḓo sevha nga milenzhe ya khuhu, ndi ḓo kwata Vho Netshandama vha tshi zwi amba, ndi ḓo vhilahela, ndi ḓo vha sema, ndi ḓo vha founela nda vha semela kule hangei. Mara maṱamba ha tshintshikisevho panini. maṱamba ha ḓisi microwave. Ndi ḓo ḓi dudedza nga tshigoḓelo nṱha mahale, ndo vha semesa, ndo vha semela kule hangei. Maṱamba ha ḓisi microwave, maṱamba ha ḓisi toilet yo gwedzha muḓini, ha engedzi dzi rumu. Ndi ḓo semana nda kwatesa, ndi ḓo vhudza shango ḽoṱhe uri vha kola vhaḽa mukegulu. Ndi tshi fhedza shango ḽoṱhe ḽo comment uri good shot, vha fu ḓo ṱavhedza vha fa vho mukegulu vha khou ri dina. Ndi tshi swika ndi ḓo ndi khou eḓela na murathu nṱambete, ndi ḓo to tea u takuwa nda to shuma.
And you know they will always come for you for this.
Yo ani khou zwi ḓivha ndi uri ndi ḓo founelwa vha zwi ḓivha uri vhutshilo havho vhu kha khombo. Ndi ri nga mini ni khou tou ṱoḓa nthuntshaana, ni ḓo ngwana makete ndi wanala sibasa hangei vhukati ha Spar na Boxer. Ha thi khou tou ralo, ndi khou tou amba uri vhone vha khou ri dina, ndi ri ndina ndi sa nḓivhi khotsi munene. Ndi khotsi munene wavho, ndi ri ii ni khotsi munene na vhuya na kwata nga hezwi ni tshe muṱuku. Makhotsi muhulu vho no tandulula makhotsi muhulu a vha khou haika. Zwino riṋe heneyi concept yo pfunga business and casual, ndi na musi tshikolo tshi tshi ḓa zwo itisa zwezwo, vhaṅwe vha khou ya madipeni, vhaṅwe vha khou ya gai vha sa khou dzhena tshikolo. Na musi vhutshilo vhu tshi vho definiwa nga uri no phasa mini. I mean mudzimu, you know God, I not to declare uri Mushe is the man out after my heart. Mushe ndi ṱhama ya mudzimu. Mara vha tshi vho ṱoḓa u shuma naye anyway, vha ri ni na mini Mushe? Mushe riṋe tina tshithu ndi na lubaḓa lwo maho, vha ndi ḓo shuma nga lonolo. Lwa fhandula lwanzhe, lwa pandula mulambo wa Yorodani. Muṅwe vha tshi muvhudza uri what do you have? Uri I have got just a little jar with oil. Ndi havhaḽa mufumakadzi vhe munna wavho wa mutendi a lovha na zwikolodo. Vha no khou kolodiwa, a vha khou sympathize na lufu, a vho ngo ḓo lila lufuni, a vho ngo ḓa uri sorry ro zwi pfha uri mufu vho ṱuwa. Vho ḓela tshikolodo uri tshi lifhiwe, vha ri vho mme sa izwi vhone vha sina tshelede yo lifha, we are taking 2 of your sons uri vha ye vha yo vha mulifho wa mulandu wa munna wavho. Havhaḽa mumadzi vha ri sanani hanefha ndi khou vhuya, vha ri vha ya mufunzi Elisha, vha swika hangei vha ri vhafunzi vhone vha zwi ḓivha uri nṋe munna wanga vha vhe mutendi, vha vhe tshikoloni tsha uprofita, vha vha tshi funa mudzimu, mara vha na tshikolodo. Vhakolodiwa vho ḓa nge vha khou ṱoḓa u dzhia vhananga. What must I do? Ndi hafha vha vhudzwa upfhi vha na mini vhone? Vhafunzi vho ngo sympathize, vha mbudza uri yani hayani ni ḓo wana mabakete o ḓala nga mapfura. No, vha ri what do you have? Havhaḽa mufumakadzi vha ri ndi tou vha na kudzha kwa mapfura. Votoma vori tina chitu vafunzi utonga vavarudhira maturi what tina chitu vari ndina mapfura rina mapfura nyana ayani rina chijomera chamapfura vari vasati usvika ayani vahumbere midziyo yavahura vahumbere dzi vessels dzivenji vajiye avo vana vavo vonokutodojiwa vajene navo nduni vavavharere vana vavo vachikovanekedza vone vave vakoshera vasongoveya pasi yechila chijomera vave vakoshera usvikira mudziyo wopedzera usvikira mutanga achiri auchena hoshera hala mapfura upfuya mbudhiimoserwa. So she was the first one to own an industry yamapfura. Vanala mapfura odharai vagidimira vafunzi vari mapfura odharangi vari gidima nini yorengisa tshelede ine nadoiwana nilipe munandu wemunna wanu nidhove yosarawo nichirenga yona vana zviyambori havana mutu varari vavo hadzima midziyo ine yanga ita uri vachire for 20 years ngaala mapfura azanga vuosina nauti. So if business was a solution in that family vafunzi avakori fani yavo vanina mapfura vatowenawo vadhorengisa vari gidima nini yorengisa navana vanu mucherede mutero uchikotodhiwa kayeso havala vafunzi vavavuya voharipa vachiri rotivi wopfi mutero yesu atozvidozo naye nezvikomudheirezvi asi riri dotoshava risiteereni asi rindidotoita manditi ari kauiwa muramboni yanofasha yange ikove ine nandotoma nichiiwana hongori ndoiwana nda and that's the toughest job utoda kove madhini noposa chirazuro ari inichiiwana neiganurure ngangomu muromoni wayo nibvise ndo anona cherede inolingana mutero waviwena wanga zvino hotera yeso nenda mbudzidzura ndari hati tivudziwi mapungwanei tirije tingaiti business ngauri mini mutu unola unotamba unodhora unogama unoita chimwe na chimwe unoaina ufanira generate cherede yozvimiti izvo zvitu ende ari akutodhodha nazvo nga muhoro azvingaiti ngori muhoreri umushumisa mazuva 31 yamuhorera litii so kamwawa 365 days home dhoora rwa 12 arali yela cherede yote vamupa yote mapedoni yemwedzi wa January angasizvike neyo kaJuni usumbedzori mavaka mudhini wawendi manje zvino arali ichikotorota sashota la drip yarimbo vari ndiya Juni ralindera havana vamwe nokurwara havana uvaisisa handi mediclinic otodaisa vana sibadhere chine vadosvika vaendera pasi ukorotora mwana ukorwara entambete ayari achirwara ramwisa sibadhere chisina mbete asvika adzerwa pasi umutu angapora ukorwara ipetwa kuine usvika endera pasi orara pasi una student zvipi una limwe dziva lenda ikachimwe chazvibadhera titingambi chibadhera dzina andasvika ndagwara ababadhi uri kuvatopungudze dzitsimbi dzadhiripi vari avala vangasiwa nedhiripi ngori aiko vasvika ngori voendera pasi ati zvipini uri kautopungudzwa tsimbi ndiyakundoona mishonga ngori tionthambete ende tionthambete ngori neti kunozviranga ari yekazvibadhera ndotowana zvino vamuwaruwa vosiyo double bed yaini bobe wakachitrecha ubva chevasvika ngalavutanu vakadzi vanthastrecha zvino
vosiya kwinya
mwana wavo ukadhikwatirwa ndimini vanocharamba vachiri mwana muka vena business angasivaise mediclinic ngaboro uvunotomatovo vamwarisa kamedical card tichiyamba kamedical card uri zvavati vanina cherede azvidhi uri zvavati vothe ngori warwariwa so ende zvero lavakorwarisa zvezva ukobhadhira yarufu society azipfuke vakorwara kana havakorwara ukapreparwa vavurungwe zvavudhi avakola zvavudhi havatuve avaisa debeni vavona rwanje avatuve vanamera nahelicopter havaidhivi mara usho uri vatorova uda vanamedza limuzini bofa uda vapanga kabhokisi linokudhuropirisa mbete wavo nepakuedhera kavo zvino ndiri zviito zvashu as long as ndendikadhi agwiwa uri zvina reverse vamwe vakoyaka forward ndingasimwarise muturi ndivavurunge zvavudhi vachifa vane namusi uchikorotora so tidhive uri volani vadoedhera vose vangamini ubvika ndinimwarise vafumi ndiliwonanga ifumi linokorwa rasho ili fumi arali ndene akotolihira ladhatsimuni rava ri kubvisa zvikwatamba kana ri kubvisa green paper azvimbonoladzaona vuchiro ari sokori mumwe uri achitomoshuma some 20 years back nanaya mwalisa uri ndichifa mburunge zvino kudhimbona ndikadhiyambara mugo ndikuchina malende ndikuyadzidhansini ndikubvera kadzipodcast uwatakala akobvomba ndechera namusi society achimbona habe wonyita liability yawe ende
that's true.
So those are issues dzine nechidzireza vari vakolai vayatonga vaya mara itovori ngoi yavava naye so dzizviyambori ngoi yavava ngori ne muntu womwalisawo uri ndichifa ndivurungwe zvavudhi asakomaindawo uri ndichirwara ndikorapiwa gai ndikunotomupanga kamedical card yawo risa yezvo zvamusindofa ngo zvamusindofa azvidhini ti ndiva ndisina peini ugwadhi ndiyamuputanga nguva mbeyanga ngumwake zvazvino achipfuwa mupfunai ufuna umbonisa specialist chazvinoenda kuvaisara ndazokopindofarwa ngakensa yadhamu iri likoti yobvisiwa it will not be an issue of less than 50,000 ndidzotoviya ndafa family yahashu isakuita chitungazvo lidzotoviya latosina latoitisani laviya lapfilopeforata lokwama muviri wothe lova lichingadhibvisiwa zvichikadhiva katungu fedzi mara ndavhuwa ndorova vathu vadokuvangana vakuvanganyana cherede inofira hei yobvisa dhamu 10 times zvino ini ndari require forwarding neni funa tonconvinca you have to seriously buy me into that thinking uri mukeguru keva vakadhiedhera kambete wevabhebha muna wanga vakuedhera kawo wonojiya nazviito zvinonga zvapiano vachiremburwa chichiri chitsviyo mumwe namumwe wazvipfesesa uri mukeguru vakuremburwa kana hone arali vasakuremburwa votoedhera vovamira vowera godhini lambete yapala varuma mwana mutukuru yanovidza gugu havawandi ubuya achiri havavo vahone vowera dhindini lambete vachifarayira renga bhokisi liururu nodhuru so I might not be the only person who is thinking like that. But when I gives me the opportunity on your podcast, or speak your mind, this is what I will say. Urineti zvipi ende mumwe akutodhori nendi zvipfei naye neyakuzviitisa zvezvo wava nataidzo ngurineti ngazvipi ati zvipi tizvipi zvavafumakadzi vane havashumi ushuma ndikwambobveredzesa masheleni mara vakonoorganiza society ngedzila grant dzinokupfi varengere vana vavo zviitu zvachikoro vaorganiza society vadzura vorenga dzindishi namabhakete namini zvinondoshuma uchiva narufu vakorichobva vorala ve15 yavala vafumakadzi naye dzila tundu dzavo vayapo ringi vasvika vabhika ngamachironi vavona rari vasangarengerwi ve15 vamwe vachikobhika vamwe vakoava vamwe vakurengesa vamwe vakutanzwa dziplate vamwe vararu vachikoita izvi vamwe vakutuva dzikunga pala vamwe vakuitani tell me vafumakadzi vakopata madhende ngamachironi apala dhorobhoni lichikovera valiwisa machero vadho valipatiya vatenderi ulimisa permanent ngavone vane vevafumakadzi votapurwawo vovhuwawo vonozvidiva uri rikotodoshumira vana vashu ari kutoda vana vashu vachifanana rine rikotoda mwananga achiri changa ndichanwa ave yakwamba holosera ave yakwamba complex inokuhira dzichain stores kayo so rine rina problemu mwananga wauri rikorenga bain mari ndizvishumiswa zvadziyoderani dzorindera uchiva narufu rukonopakira vathu zviluva zvikududera huyorovanyi arali apako muta rufu roribvisa break ya 10 years huna vaswa vanganaka ifamily rena society vasakunoreira why don't we take 10 boys for driver's license chinchini ravanayo rarenga comes bolt dza 10 vanga bolt every day vabva kavushai hechila chikwama ungasvikawo nechisi chatotoda ndichidzisa yenda ihola for contribution ngauri haedzi bolt dza 10 arali imwe neimwe kuita 1500 ngavege zviyambodzi 10 dziita 15000 azvonika zvino rari 15000 idzo yange yambulungano 10000 idove yadevelopment avavone richinga ranga franchise vone so zvino zvikoitisva ngauri roprogramiwe ende ronanga uhumbura sazvine vaprogrami vakutoda richiumbulisa zvone we can defy the system zvino arali risakuidefya richikosokopfuri vana vashu nimfe varuwa vodzura vava kukriticize vaswa vothe Hey avadhivarekani. Hey aiteni. Auna mbudzi dzolisa. Auna kuni dzofadza dzinokotodhorengisiwa. Ndizvo zvine yadzoswa kubva iwe makifini. Kifi asiya hawe maroko ita security yanenge idiva kudali. Oimana vangana vawe haila kifi ngasive yatakiwa. Ina masecurity va free yapanda. Vodovona TV nga fastera. Hava vatu vari na zvipaza na mini avachawara nga security. Kuna vaswa vasekuitawo chitu vodotingane pala vosokodzurani pala mnangoni ula ukolindiwa nga ngomu lichikomera vachituwa kana ula utoenderani pala ngomu kanoitani vosikarekare vavuya zvezvino vakudomutusa. Why do we have such? Ndingauri rine samita we are not planning right. Rikopuranira rufu pedzi echila chikwama cha zvarufu. I always advocate achijenise vatu chikoro, achijise vatu drivers license, achirenge property echila chikwama. Ngoriti yararavira vana 500,000 bangan like you say you want 500,000. Aringa ishumisi yote muntu wachirova. Whether is the principal member of that, aringa ishumisi yote. We may use 100 or so. Riku todori mbungu dzichi murumeri sangisi songota vanyanzo muwana. So rina rwendo rura pfunga manda.
What do you think can be done, or which books maybe can people read to advance their thinking capacity?
The Bible has got 66 books. We can start from there. Then we can huna dzimagazini dzine natopfa yotomwariwa upfi succeed lidzina layo hafi we change minds. Ne lanthu ndotomwe idowera kale tonga ndimwa wenda bandikoyo va lecturer makado. Richisvika airport hapala riko ya Khosoni Cape Town. Richisvika airport hapala ndaivona ndayesvika ndairenga. Chimbira riko ivala ri aeroplane ine natsikona nzanga. Zvandambudhitusareya ndashanduka zvezvo ringa ngomu aeroplane rikutsange pasi. Richisvika hange ntisa vadededzi. Vadededzi vasvika petu varenga zvitu. Kana ndizviyambaro kana ndidzenguvo. Andizviboni inobva trip inaona mwana oledzi uri upfi arenge nanguvo. Nasete yadzipani atowana pani dzona kaumwananga avuye nadzo hola mtu ya tripini nendikomutotsa bhokisi la dzipani yanenge
ayogegedera
ndibadiva ndikomukaedza zvino dela ntu ela program ya izila dzibhugu izilani nayo ntusa rumwe inavo 50 great ways of making money ina mini ina zvithu zvinji kayo. Arali nṋe ndavha ndi khou vhala magazini no sokori nyi yo ṱala nyi na nyi upfi avachava vothe ndi amba uri gossip magazines a dzi nthusi u vha na nḓivho yori celebrity nyinyi na celebrity nyinyi upfi vho litshana upfi na zwino vho funa nyi thi vhoni khamusi ngori nṋe ndi khou zwi humbula ndi mualuwa ndito arali ini ni sa khou ṱoḓa yo funa muthihi wa vhaḽa vho litshanaho ini zwi khou nthusa nga mini ni sa khou ṱoḓa amba uri upfi tshipoisi tsho vulea kari ni zwi khou ni thusa nga mini. So vho start and manage your own business ndi bugu dzi re hone, vho succeed ndi bugu dzi re hone, start life with your business ndi bugu dzi re hone. Arali dzi hone hedziḽa bugu
start life with business
vho to i dzhia kha vese ndi Mirero 24 verse 27 iri my son start life with a business with the profit that you get from your business then build a house. So musi ndo thoma nga nnḓu ndi sina bindu iyi ndiva ndi khou disappointa mudzimu ngori vha zwiḓivha uri aipeli ya vhudzulo ndi tshi to fhedza u i fhaṱa i khou ṱoḓa furniture, i khou ṱoḓa marketings, i khou ṱoḓa flooring, rumu iṅwe na iṅwe i khou ṱoḓa zwayo mara business arali ḽivhengele i khou to ṱoḓa 4 walls na tshiṱoko nga ngomu. Arali nṋe zwi khou mbalelwa u dzhenisa tshiṱoko ndi nga hirisa muṅwe ano khou ṱoḓa u shumisa sa business. Nṋe ndo vha ndi tshi khou ṱoḓa uri vhuḓifulufheli ha vheiwe sa vhaswa vha vharema kha vhu vhe hone na kha u tou funzana. Organize T podcast i ḓo swikelwa nga ri na data a sina u ḓo ḓi tou pfha nga vhaṅwe uri heyi no vha pfha na Vho Netshandama
kana muthukhula tshiclip.
Zwino zwi a ṱoḓa uri vhe when you organize dzi conference as young people ni ambe young man to young man, young woman to young woman, uri what can we do, ngauri nṋe ndi tenda uri kha village kha tshiṱaraṱa havha hu na vhaswa vha 10 vhane muṅwe na muṅwe vho khou wana 350 vha tendelana uri 350 hei a ri ḓo i vhea fhethu nthihi ri vhone uri ita vhugai, vhe 10 zwi amba uri ḓo vha 3500. If they are doing that for 10 months it's going to be 35000. vha zwi ita for 10 years it's going to be 350000. azwoneka so havhala vhathu vha vha na muhumbulo wa uri zwiṱukuṱuku zwine ra vha nazwo zwi nga bveledza zwinzhi, zwene zwi tshi kha ḓi tou vha 35000 hezwi vha nga kona u renga mutshini wo ita zwidina, vha nga kona u renga mitshini ya u ṱanzwa dzigoloi, vha tshi zwi ḓivha uri a si kha washi yanga ndi yashu, vha re kha washi ndi vhangana vha re saluni, vha nga renga zwigero zwa saluni, vha nga ita, there are so many things they can do ngauri you need each other as young people. You may think you need us as parents, but Tina, we are already in our future, which might not have been shaped well. Ngauri nḓivho yo vha I ṱhukhu kana dzi resources dzo vha dzi ṱhukhu. Vhathu vho no khou kona u generate 35000 vha ya kona u hira fhethu, vha ya kona no renga franchise, vha ya kona, hu na franchise nnzhi not khamusi khulwane dza dzi ṋama na dza mini mini, hoyi zwenezwo zwa dzi Smith zwa dzi Key Smith zwa zwimini mini zwa dzi shoe repair, dzi hone dzi franchise dzine they can work on that. Besides vha ya kona u renga thanga dzinzhi, arali vhe na 3500 vha to ya zwavhuḓi vha renga thanga vha ri nṋe ri khou ṱoḓa u bveledzisa maṱamaṱisi, riṋe ri khou ṱoḓa u bveledzisa green pepper, riṋe ri khou ṱoḓa u bveledzisa vhaṅwe vha ḓovha vha khou a rengisa aḽa maṱamaṱisi, vhaṅwe vha ḓovha vha khou a gaya, vhaṅwe vha ḓovha vha khou a bika vha khou ita dzi jamu, vhaṅwe vha ḓovha vha khou ita, there is a lot that they can do. Hu na dzi cold drink dzi no itiwa dzi tshi bva kha maṱamaṱisi, hu na tomato puree, hu na mini mini, mara hezwi riṋe ro sokou dzula ri khou sokou vhona ṱamaṱisi ḽi ḽo posa murohoni ri ḓo lenga u takuwa ri ḓo lenga. Zwino nṋe nda ndi khou ri yo khonani dzanga nṋe ndi ya vhilaela ndi tshi vhona vhaswa vha sa khou vha developmental. Ṅwana wa muindia u khou sala vhengeleni ya khotsi yawe e kha grade 7 vho ṱuwa vho ya Durban hangei vho yo ṱoḓa feme dzino ḓo vha posa malegeri, ene u vha o sala a tshi khou langa a na authority ya fhiwa nga khotsi yawe, a khou langa vhanna vho malaho a tshi ri henda kha vha bvise hezwo vha vhea fhaḽa vha bvise hezwiḽa vha humisele, vha tshi tou awela nyana ri khotsi yanga vho dovha vho funa vha ri hedziḽa pende ka dzibedzi yanga iḽa ka dzibedzi yanga, ngori ha u ngo tendelwa u vha vhona vho awela vhengeleni ḽawe vho ḓa mushumoni vha tou lindela u ḽaisa fhedzi u tshi ḓo ha sa ḓa muthu no khou renga zwiamba uri vhone vho ḓo awela hafha u swikela ḽi tshi khou u ḓo vha faka iṅwe rondo ine vha ḓo gidima, a ri ndi khou ri kha vha bvise iḽa mimethe vha i vhea fhaḽa, kha vha bvise dziḽa toilet hewe Elias kha vha ḓe nga hafha vha ḓo gidima. Ende ara vho thoma ngo gidimedza bisi matsheloni vha khou bva ngei ṱa Tshikwara vha khou fara bisi badani vha kumedzela ngomu bisini vha tou vuswa nga vhangana uri heyi yaṋu tshaṋu tshiṱitshi tsho swika, vha swika hafha ḽoḽa vha khou vha gidimisa vha khou tsitsa semende kha ṱiraka nga ṱhoho, vha tshi fhedza heyi hu na mishumo ino vhavha, vha swike vha hwale dzi fureme, vha tshi tou fhedza dzi fureme hu khou ḓa dzi pende vha hwale nga ṱhoho vha heyi vha dovhe vha gidimedze bisi nga madekwana ḽi vha swikise nga 8, vhana vhavho vhoṱhe vho no eḓela a vho ngo vhona na muthu yo tsheiwaho mulenzhe nga boḓelo, muṅwe u khou sinela mupfa mulenzheni ngori na miya wo vho lengo u vhuya vha khou bva mabulasini vha ḓo dovha vha bva a songo vha vhona, hu na vhana vha sa vhoni vhabebi vhavho mulo vha nga mugivhelaho vha tshi nga vha vhona vho vuwa vho gidimela lufuni, whether ndi lwa mashaka avho kana a si lwa mashaka avho kana riṋe ro ṋanga u ita one family the whole community, hu tou ita no tou laedzela uri havhaḽa vha sa khou ḓa hafha vha vha vhudza uri ri khou vha vhona na nṋe a ri nga ḓi vha sa kha ḓi nṋe ndo fa vhuṱanzi uri nṋe ndi ḓo foto a thi ri undertaker ya vha uri nṋe i ḓo gwela. Zwino ro shushedziwa a ri khou tou vhonala nga u funa ri khou baya dzi attendance ri tshi lovha
uri tshi vhona riṋe vhaḓe
wa makiwa ndo ri a vho ngo ḽa zwori ndi nga ndi khou dzhaela u ṱuwa ndi na zwiṅwe hu na podcast yo ni lindelaho ndi muno u thoma na maka registra ya plate zwi si hezwo vha ḓo ṱhavha kholomo na riṋe ri si ri kha ḓi wara nga zwithu zwiṱuku. So u tshi zwi vhona u a tama vheiwe ni tshi zwi rembuluwa uri what worries the moon when the dog barks. Why worry ngauri vhathu vha si vhanzhi lufuni? What makes the difference? So ni tshi zwi amba riṋe ri vhahulwane ri pfa ni khou vha unbecoming, mara arali ni khou zwi funza vhana makhuwa vha vhulungana vhe 20 fhedzi tandanda tike vhuḓisa muthu nahone u bva nga 12 u swika nga 1 vha humela mishumoni vha songo khonela muḓini vha swika vha ḽa kholomo yoṱhe vho ima na milenzhepfu. Ya ṱavha hu nṋe sondolo vha ḓo ri vha ḓivhiwa nga shango ḽoṱhe nahone vhathu vha ḓo ḓalesa kha ri ṱhavhe vhukati ya vhege vha vha khou i ruta zwino nga mugivhela a ri ṱhavhe dzimbili uri ava vhathu vha sa koni u wana tshelede kholomo yo ita butshara havha na lufu vha tshi khou lila vha kona u wana nga vhugai. Kholomo ḓithu ḽi sala ri nḓuni ḽi sa dzeliwi mbete ḽi sa ṱoḓi malagani ḽi sina nguvho ḽino ima ḓakani na ṅwe mvula i khou penya na vha ni sina a ni na kholomo a ni na mbudzi a ni na nngu. Ni tea u vhudzisana nga tsha vhaswa uri what do we have and that which we have ngori vhaswa vha vhudzisana uri what do we have u ni fhindula nga dzina ḽa label ya dzina ḽa vhaṅwe vho lovhaho nga dzi 1900 nga dzi 19 na dzi 18 ya ngei Spain
vhane business u sire khou runwa nga vhana.
Ni ṱoḓa zwi vhona zwavhuḓi vhalani history ya gushi ni ḓo oma ni ḓo neta muyani uri khotsi yawe vha tshi kha ḓi tou thena mikumba ene a ḓivhudza uri nṋe ndi khou ṱoḓa ita dzina gushi yo gutshe hola muthanga a tou thoma nga ngomu femeni ya khotsi yawe yo ita mikumba a thoma mbo ḓi vho takuwa na musika generation vho fhelela vhoṱhe vho lovha vhoṱhe zwino yo sala i khou sokou tou rengisa dzi franchise i ḓo vha kha vhaḓuhulu na vhaḓuhulwana. Ini na pfani muthu nga dzina ḽa uṅwe muḓini ini dzina ḽaṋu ḽi sathu ṅwaliwa fhethu aḽiho kha maswogisi zwithu no dzula zwiendani aḽiho kha dzianda wese zwithu no dzula zwiambaroni dzina ḽaṋu aḽiho na kha t-shirt ni khou hana no tou ḽi ṅwala ka ṋeleṱe zwi khou ofhisa. Nṋe ndo vha ndo tama u tshipfhi na mini nda ri ndi khou printa zwiambaro ndi khou ṅwala dzina ḽanga kha zwiambaro nṋe vha tshi mbona ndi hafha nṋe ndi na abatro ndi khou vhulaya kholomo dza 50 nga ṅwedzi nga vhege ndi tshi ṱuwisa dzi tshi ya abatro ndi ene muswa ane ri nga vhea fulufhelo khaye. We can trust that person uri hoyu family habe una family dzi no collapse ngauri breadwinner u mocharini. No leadership is picking up. A ito fhedza u vhulungwa it's done. A ri tsha ḓivha uri khou ya phanḓa kana ri khou ya murahu kana ri khou itisani a ri ḓivhi na zwo ri nominate nnyi ngori u khou itani nga nnḓani uri u khou enda a tshi koleka madzina a vhaṅwe vho faho a tshi ḓi ita muthu ngao all day I dream about soccer I khou dina vhathu
Let's repeat that.
All day I dream about soccer. Iko dina. Hutonga titu nivudza zva dzi stars. Uri rine ri tshi kha ḓivha vhaṱuku tekila ḽi tshipfi 1 star. None lila maimo. Lo ita ku boat so. La dala ba 2 star. La dala ba 3 stars. Zwino stars ndi ngana?
Azwino ḓivha una all star.
Hai ndi kwamba uri zwe la nṱhesa ḽivha limini
ndi 3 star.
Dzi la ṋeredzi dzo no tshintsha labi ya tu tshintsha vha khou sokou tou engedza ṋeredzi na mutengo na zwino vha kha ḓi engedza ya vhakhwadi dza vhanna kana ya vhakhwindi dzi ṱharu mutengo a u nga ime kha hetshiḽa tshienda zwino riṋe I never know but I should think of u tshi tea u vha na dzi semina dzine ra vha ri khou amba na vhaṱuku na mudzimu vha ṱoḓa u shandukisa zwithu vha tou ita uri u bebiwe mushe ngori vho zwi vhona uri kha vha ḽavho Jegobeth na vha pio a vha nga zwipfi ndi vhahulwane so na yesu achibebiwa yesu kave adhe munai zvadokonda rumwe mupfa achinga dhisa melkizedeki unopfi hadhiviwo vabhebhi vavo sokotobverere mwaruwa mara vaitori atobebiwa mudhini atohura ayeka right vatu vose vachikoyeka left varemburuwe habe uremburuwa zvikwambondasa kuyaone zvino ndikuremburuwa ndikuri zvino ne what I do, my motivation that I do, I should cause people to repent. Mina I don't entertain, I don't do jokes. Ti entertain vatu. Mumbulo murwane ndiwauri let's repent. If we would want our children's children enjoy this life, resa kuti umbulera rineva nepedzi. Humwe karitende wamburi ndizvone rova rohera, but we are repenting. We are changing the system. Mara zvino rineva vafumakadzi madzoni remburuwai rikotoshandukisa mbona rero. Ndimutsvu so ndikotori mwedzi udzawo ndava ndovibva ndotsuka ndoshanduka beauty does not change the state of finance. Looking nice does not make me wise. There is no wisdom in being nice. It's like health. I cannot be wealthy because I'm eating a lot. I might be healthy, but not wealthy. So rati konozvisaukanya zvabvudi richizvitukura iyi utonga ringashanduka in some day to come. And zvino mina I don't want to share the thinking yauri whatever I say my child should be judged. My child is not me. Vamwe vanhu vambona ndikuchimbira robona mwana wako na makwata avatitsangamata nesi ndendolawo netipfi mwananga
mwana munguchirawo
and nera ndichikwamba uri there is no wisdom in 100 suits. Ndava ndina mwana arina sutu dza 250. It's not a sin. Ndizvidi yakozvibonisa zvene zvonga chenecho chipinga. And that child should not be crucified.
Yeah.
Uri nduri miya novamba vari as if mwana mumwe kuita zvemiya wovamba ngori tiara mwana mumwe kuita zvemiya wovamba we wouldn't be where we are now. Gidimedza mwana ngasanga mugidimedzi ngoti tiye no busy na zvemiya wovamba zvino hezvi zvitu hezvi zva realism zviaita uri niwane muthu wako sokuataka vamwe vamashaka angatsini like my siblings, like my sons and my daughter. Ndipfa irrelevant. Let people face me. Ngauri hola nene angadhiva asazvipfinga ndira ine ndenda kuzvipanga zvichikuitwa ngamurore wawe zvichikuitwa ngakuvonere nanet sheri zvine ndavonisa zvone navana vamiyanga. There are so many contributing factors dzauri why are we different. Zvinori asichachimbira ngori ka podcast yamuranga vohamba uri vone avalima kwandaku ene asichalo svika munyanya varimi arine ipinwi miyanu vari ndimusiri chikova mini ndimusiri chikova vatsukuka kuumburere so ndiani vanende ndangashera naveiwedha musika podcast
yasitakada ngamanda rembe usikanga usafiri mara chipinga
asvikona nzenyi chiyadhura
chipinga chiyadhura ngamanda. So since last time there's some improvement on the podcast. At the end of every interview we do an IQ test of 5 questions. So I'm gonna do an IQ test on you.
Yes.
Are you ready for that?
I am.
Okay, let's start with the first question. What do we call a lady that knows where her husband is all the time?
A stalker.
No.
Hey.
Come with another answer.
I know of a stalker. Ndiyo nonodhava kuzvidiva vanodhava todzera navatu vovasedza uri vagayi.
A widow.
Eh?
A widow.
Oi hazvidivi tiri ngei pandauna here natadhuru kudozvidiva achisvika oini nkori pamavidhani otovaona nama.
Question number 2. What goes up and down but stays in the same place?
What goes
up and down but always in the same place?
Eyelashes.
Yeah, correct. But I was gonna tell you wristers. I was gonna tell you it's stairs. Stepping.
Stese
Yeah.
azvi ntana pasi uya vatu. It's my eyelashes, they go up and down and they are in the same place. They are eyeliding my eye. They are lashing here, cleaning. Zvitepisi hazvii ntana pasi uya vatu. Ngazvitepisi zvitobva tusoya ntana pasi.
Question number 3. The R in the road, for example, R523 stands for what?
It's for road.
No.
It's for what?
I get this R what, N what.
It's for road. It's for the size of the road. R526, it's not RN1. R526, hela R, yoto imeurindi hapa una bad. Inowera amaspara ndi size. Inowera gay ndi size.
It's not regional.
Eh?
It's not regional.
Oh, yeah.
Question number 4. The longest body part in a human being.
Eh?
Ndivyo.
The what?
Longest human body part.
Is the skin.
Skin.
Chimwe chimwe ticho kabvarwa nga skin. Auna chora falling na skin.
Ne?
Eh. Arango todo amamara hao hapa. Hao.
Now I wanted to say it's a thigh.
Is a what?
Thigh.
Hoi. Oi. Ani kwamba ngabulafu. Rukanda ruone hapa. Mirenjeni rwadha rosvika hapa. Ara una mumwe muradho worapfopiri sako kandi ubudza.
I should read the book that you're reading.
Mina I've got brain benders.
Okay, last one. Current Reserve Bank Governor. Doing.
And you know don't train.
At least
At least ndo kakedziwa.
Ndibonisi jakanya. At least there's something.
Bo pfuruesa kadzi department.
Ndinobona ngoro mane magaya.
Ai, ndanditendo fara bojini. Bojini makasi. Ndosha bo baba dalfazori ndo wasgaita.
No, Vanacham, thank you very much for honoring the invitation. I mean, I really appreciate you being here. It's an honor to have someone like you on the podcast.
Yes.
People, they should know and understand or the kind of knowledge that you have can be bought.
You accumulate. I will not sleep without reading. Come whatever time I'm sleeping, I will first read.
That's awesome.
And I wake up very early to prepare sweet buns, magwinya. But I will still read. Ndaba ndi market ndiye ndikovala. Ti market ndiba ndorengisa bhuku dzanga. Ndabonore adzirengwe fast ndaengedza market nga magwinya.
My favorite books katsi books endonedzibala it's Billionaires Under Construction by DJ's book. Which one is your favorite?
Ndinayo. Na zip ndinayo. Yes boo. Ndinayo. Ela irenali zip ili uriyo moropi zip ndinayo. Inga na book zawetaru.
Meaning we're in the area, the Billionaires Under Construction, and I believe the other one, the Art of Hustling.
The hustling, yes, deny.
But which one is your favorite books out of all the books that you've read?
It's hustling. Iba ikubudza vatutu mabindu. Naine mna kudurikutsori mofaya yasvika gai yaitani zvabhanga apa zvaitani.
No, I mean katsi books dzote dzene bonodzibala.
Kabugu dzote dzavuchiro. It's Proverbs in the Bible.
That's your favorite one.
It's my favorite one. I don't think I can have any favorite book out of the Bible.
Yeah.
Ngaurichiridzila dzi inspired.
Yeah.
Writers heard from the Spirit of God. So no as writers outside here, it might be from experience, it might be from training or whatever. Very few of us would say the Spirit of God dwelt upon me and said, wow. But
Lord Shidi.
Hallelujah.
But otherwise, thank you very much for the time. From myself and the rest of Masters Podcast team, Naradzavat.
MURN ice. Drink it cold.